Run intro side.
Yeah. We can go ahead and kick that going. Yeah. It's fucking. That's definitely. I don't know.
It's it does. I don't know. It's almost like a little mini meal. I feel like I needed something, so it feels.
Oh yeah.
It's got some depth to it. It's got some depth.
Yeah, you get your meal and you get drunk at the same time. What percentage is it?
Oh, what is it?
Oh, it's right on the front.
Only 5%.
Huh?
Just 5%.
5%?
Yeah.
So it's like 0.8 more than a regular beer.
It's yeah. Doesn't really like get you drunk with too much, but.
Well, you drink enough of them.
Yeah, you can tie a little buzz.
That's
on.
like 2 there, right?
But it's
24
also.
ouncer.
Yeah. Tall boy.
Oh boy. That's why they only sell those at like concerts. You know, the tall boys, because they don't want your ass coming back after you go slam one beer.
Well, of course they'll charge like 12, 13, 14, 15.
Oh yeah, dude. It's outrageous.
What they are. And I know they're getting. I know it's even probably crazier now than before. I heard things were opening up. Some of the festival prices were wild.
They're sticking around the $10, $10, $11.
Okay.
I mean, you were just at Upheaval. What were they there?
I think they were $10.
Oh yeah, I didn't get out to that one. Did you guys catch like Rob Zombie and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Me,
That's
my
killer.
wife, and my daughter, my 4-year-old. We went and we caught Stained and Rob Zombie.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I love Rob Zombie. I've always been a Rob Zombie fan. White Zombie.
Yeah.
All that kind of thing. You know.
I never got to see him live, so like that was. Have you ever seen him live?
I haven't, and I've heard like I just lately somebody was telling me that he doesn't have like vocal stamina live, and that he just kind of like mails it in as far as vocals. But I don't know if that's your experience. Other than that, I've heard that he's like a great front man. He's like all over the stage, and you know I've seen footage, of course.
Yeah. Well, and John 5 in the band too. Like he's just over there doing his thing, kind of like the Limp Bizkit guitar player Wes Borland.
Oh yeah, Wes. Oh, dude. Speaking of Limp Bizkit, like, so of course that's a band I loved when I was like, I don't know, 12.
Loved it? Don't anymore?
Well,
what? You're not on the Bizkit train?
This is the. This is why I bring it up, because I think I'm coming back around. First of all, of course, Fred debuted that new look.
Yeah.
And I love it. I think he knew exactly what he was doing, and it worked. So
what do you think he knew? What do you think?
I think he was totally aware of the fact that it was going to get him on in headlines and memed, and then people are talking about Limp Bizkit again. And I bet you their plays I haven't looked, but I'm sure on Spotify they're probably really boosted right now.
Don't they have a new album coming out, and the single is called Dad Vibes?
Oh, they do have a new.
That's what I heard.
Oh, so
that's what I heard.
So it's
too.
like
a full on
promo thing.
Yeah, full on. Yeah, it's good. Like it's exactly what you said. Plus, they're gonna come out with the Dad Vibes song.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be like, oh.
Yeah, I don't think I knew that. But the Lala performance was also really dope. I thought. I thought they killed it. I thought he seemed like really self-aware, and he seemed like he was having a lot of fun. I don't know if he's like. There was probably something super problematic about him that I don't know, like Kid Rock or something, and everyone's gonna shit on me now for saying it.
But
either way, it was fun. It was a fun performance, and I think they have some fun jams, man.
Yeah, well, they're another band too. It's like there's a lot of bands that like you don't go to a live show expecting to hear the record. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. He definitely wasn't doing that. But
yeah, you're not gonna. Every song's not gonna be like full on like, oh yeah, that's exactly how I heard it. But then again, sometimes I'm like, it sucks when like bands do too much of the letting the crowd try to sing.
I would agree with that.
I don't like it because it's like, much. Dude, I want to hear you say this line or whatever. That's what I'm paid for, and you just keep mailing it in on the old crowd interaction.
However, being the guy who's sometimes on stage and generally not in events as big as Lala or anything crazy like that. But when I am on stage and I can get the crowd to like have that like back and forth and like go, now you sing and all that shit. Like,
Right.
Nothing feels better than that. Like even
Yeah.
at my open mic that I've been running, just to like in between sets, just to get people's energy back on the stage and stuff. I've been doing this thing where I just do like the classic, like, let me hear you say hey. You know,
Yeah, right.
You know?
Yeah.
And they do it, and I go through it, and ho, ho, the thing, and everyone's doing it. And in the Park Theater, you know, we get a pretty good crowd out there. And
How many times do you
just
get
that vibe,
the?
that vibe, like, it gets me. I love
How
it.
many times do you get the? Let me hear you say hey, and then nothing.
Nothing. I actually haven't. I don't think I would throw it out there unless I felt it was really promising. You know, if I felt like the
Sometimes
potential
you
was
don't
good.
know, dude. It's just a total flop. You just go,
man.
well, alrighty then.
Normally
Yeah.
pretty good, and you have to do it in that voice. That, let me hear you say.
Yeah. So yeah, your band is Brother Adams, correct? Yeah, you guys got a gig coming up here pretty soon over what is it, the Elevation or Stash?
Oh yeah. So yeah, we have one coming up on September 8th, and that is going to be with Soul Asylum and Local H.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really pumped about that.
Yeah, Local H. I was like, whoa. Yeah.
I know like some of like my younger friends have no idea. Like I'm 33, and I have a lot of friends though they're 24, 25, whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that says that I'm immature or what, but it is what
No,
it
it
is.
just says you played music.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so you just, exactly, because then I have other friends, you know, of course, obviously in their 60s or whatever. But
Exactly.
yeah, you get that. So
Yeah.
but anyway, so yeah, they have no idea even who these bands are, and I'm like, what? You don't know who like Runaway Train never
Yeah.
gone back? I'm like, these are like big
Yeah.
hits. Like you look on Spotify, it's like hundreds of millions of plays on this song or whatever the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
It's like you don't know who these bands are. But I love Local H, like that song Bound to the Floor too. So I'm really stoked. I don't even think they're gonna be on the whole tour, Local H.
Oh, really?
On the whole Soul Asylum tour. I think it was like something they got like switched out for like a short stint or maybe even just a few
Right.
dates or
Well, there's
whatever.
lots of tours. You'll see they got the asterisk, the double asterisk, the
Yeah,
triple asterisk.
right. So, but I was stoked. I didn't even know who the other act was that was like on the rest of the tour. But Local H, I'm really into.
Yeah.
Like, had that song "Bound for the Floor,"
Right.
And that's like one of these songs that's eternally stuck in my head.
Oh, yeah.
that chorus that just don't get it, keep it, just like that, like staccato-y thing. I don't know, sticks with you. It's a banger.
Yeah.
A couple good ones.
Oh, yeah. That's why I seen that on the flyer. I was like, no shit. Like, that brings me back to, like,
Yeah, man.
Wow.
I'm the
I've
age
been
where
listening
that's
to a ton of
perfect for me.
90s rock lately.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's great.
I've ended up on a lot of bills like that where for me it's super exciting, and some of my friends might be like, how do you know that? I'm like, how can you not know?
How do you not know,
Like,
man?
One of my old bands, we opened for Blind Melon at the Orbit Room. Of course, they had Travis Warren at the time, so not to get everyone's like, "Oh, did you meet Shannon?" I'm like, "No, yeah, that was definitely I'm not that old."
Yeah.
But no, so yeah, they had Travis Warren lead singing, but it was a great experience, and they did the thing where I feel like we're bouncing all over the place.
No,
But
that's fine. That's normal.
they did that thing where they like call the crowd on stage. I guess I say the thing, but that barely happens ever at a concert. But I'm sure the security fucking hates it, and the venue probably hates it when somebody does that. I would only imagine it's just got to be a nightmare. But
Would
so
they do what exactly
they
now?
call the crowd on stage. Sorry.
Call the crowd out on stage. Okay.
Yeah, like invite the crowd onto the stage.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like a bunch of people
Yo.
jumping on stage, going over the barrier.
Yeah,
and-
dude. If I'm like sound guy or any
Yeah.
of those people, I'm like, yeah,
Exactly, right?
my mics,
Monitor,
my everything.
mics, everything. Yeah. So, but yeah, they did. I mean, I was on the stage anyway, like to start the show, but then like just like that was like a cool moment that I remember too, because then my
Yeah.
brother went on stage with me for that. And shout out to my brother Bryce, by the way. He also fronts Brother Adams with
out.
me.
Hey,
Speaking of which, he's the other singer, I guess.
we did a
you'd say.
much like lower scale, lower tier of that. We played a show at the Maidstone in how do you say Ypsilanti?
Ypsilanti.
Ypsilanti. Yeah, we played there, and there wasn't a lot of people there. And then we were playing like the last song, and then just like everybody just came up on stage and rocked out.
Yeah.
You know?
That's dope.
Yeah, it was fun. It was like, you know,
And you wait, okay, so we're just meeting.
yeah.
And so I just want to point that out for everyone. I assume we're rolling and everything right now. I don't even know what's happening. I'm just going with the flow.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, dude.
so you guys are in a band together? Is that
No.
what I'm hearing? Okay.
No, Jesse is in Withhold the Blood.
Oh hell yeah. Okay. I definitely
They are out of Muskegon.
that. Okay. Yeah. That.
Are you familiar with any of the local metal bands around
I don't know
West
a ton
Michigan?
of. I actually don't know a ton of the metal scene. I'll be honest with you.
No.
And
We don't kill tomorrow.
it's kind of I do know Kill Tomorrow. it's kind of a problem right now too, because my band Brother Adams we kind of got our name, I would say, somewhat like in the Americana scene, which is like the big Grand Rapids genre. I would say kind of that's the one that the press loves in GR, you know, the local music press. But so we were kind of doing something more Americana, more rootsy when we started, but now we're just like a band that we're not.
So that's how you would describe it. Americana, more rootsy. That's a great description. Is that like an actual official genre, or is that just how you
Are
describe
you
it?
asking me about my about Brother Adams, or as far as
Yeah.
okay, or as far as, or I didn't know if you meant more what's popping in Grand Rapids.
No,
no,
I guess when you said that, I thought of your band, Brother Adams, because I was trying to nail down a genre earlier.
Well, this is what I'll say.
And I told Jesse, I was like, would he be offended if I said, well, jam band?
No, I wouldn't be offended, but
Because it seems like with your music, like you guys could like go into a venue, like sit down and they'd be like, give us 3 hours, but I don't want to hear anything that I've heard before.
yeah.
You guys could just,
We
There you
do
go.
a lot of that. I would
Yeah?
agree with that. I would agree with that. But at the same time, when you say jam band, you might think like some two-chord poppy funky
Yeah.
dudes with shorts on stage.
yeah.
Flip-flops, and
I
that's
guess you could see
definitely
that
not,
too.
you know,
No, definitely
in
not
West
that.
Michigan, you get a lot of this two-chord white boy.
But when
funk,
you said
and we're not that either.
Americana
Yeah.
and kind of roots, type, that kind of describes it.
Sure. But that's what the distinction I wanted to make, though, and what I was saying kind of about not knowing a lot of the heavier bands right now is kind of been a bit of an issue because we've kind of got to know a lot of folkier bands and,
Right.
and things like this, and our sound at this point, we're like, we don't box ourselves in, so we started that way, but it was never like we're gonna be that forever, and so
Right.
it's kind of now we still do some of that, keep it folky, keep it a little even like some alt country type vibes every now and then, but at the same time, like right now our set list is much more like grungy and rock and pretty hard and like double bass pedal and the whole thing, you know.
Oh, okay.
Like some parts that are nearly influenced by a lot of my old like thrash days and stuff, because I think part of it is like I'm getting old and I just need to prove that I can still get to myself, not even to anyone else, just to myself, that I can still like get a little more rocking with it, so
You got an example of that, of what you're saying here that we can like play?
music wise that we could play.
Yeah.
I
What
mean,
you're
if
saying, like you're saying, getting heavier, getting.
yeah, I mean, if you listen to our Chatter record, which is our newest like full length record that's come out, and it's like a year old now or so.
Okay. Yeah, that was listening to that one earlier.
But that one's got a few songs that get a little heavier at moments. But the stuff we're writing like since that record that's not laid down yet is really like more what I'm speaking to. But there's songs like You're a Rock on Chatter that are a little more rockin'. There's songs like Wake Up, which has full on like brutal metal vocals in it from our friend Dustin Perot.
Which one was the Momentum song on?
Oh, Momentum, that's on Chatter. Yeah.
Okay, that's on Chatter.
And we also released like a version of that with our friend J Rob. He's like a rapper out of Grand Rapids, and he did like a featured verse. Like, so we basically cut a chunk out for the bridge for him to lay down 16 bars, and he did his thing. And
Oh, nice.
and nailed it. And that's the music video version. So if people go look it up on YouTube or anything, that's probably
don't
the
think I
version
heard
they'll
that
find.
one.
Yeah. And that was really cool.
Yeah.
And and that again speaks to the idea that we're not trying to box ourselves in. That's like a funky, it's almost like this Latin fusion like jammy thing, that song. It's got a lot of Latin grooves. Our drummer, that's like his heritage, so he involves a lot of Latin groove. He's just made us an overall groovier band ever since he's been around.
His drum kit. How big is his drum kit?
It's not a huge drum kit, I wouldn't say. He just uses like basically a
Has he got,
five
like,
piece,
a
but he has a
lot
lot of little extra toys.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. You know
Yeah,
about
he's-
the sounds that I hear.
Oh, sure. Especially
Yeah.
and on the record, we get really indulgent with those sounds.
Oh, yeah.
Ear Candy, we're obsessed with it, and that goes back to what you're saying about, if the live and the record aren't necessarily the same. Some people might,
Oh, right.
some people might be like, let down or whatever. But I think that on the record, I'm always trying to do, what you do on a record. I don't know. You have more. There's just more things to play with.
More creative freedom, but you can always just backtrack that stuff that you can't do live, unless it's like your drummer's hitting an extra cymbal. Like that'd be dumb.
I try not to put anything too substantial.
Like that would
in the
be
records.
But if you got like other stuff going on in there, like just like ambience and stuff like that, you just backtrack it nowadays.
Yeah, we haven't done that much yet, but we were talking about getting into some of that, possibly. At the same time, I love the freedom of, like you're saying, being a little more jammy, being a little more spontaneous, and getting a little groovy. Because
You can't be spontaneous when you have backing tracks and shit. You gotta
I'm like burping and slurping into this mic and everything,
burping
so
and slurping.
everyone's
dude.
gonna hear everything that's happening here. But yeah, I don't try to make the record and the live the same thing at all, especially because I'll get bored with the song after I've played it for a few years. So it starts slowly kind of changing.
Right.
I'll throw in like, all of a sudden it's got like this instrumental tail that it never had, or the bridge is this, extra long because we added a whole little instrumental to. I'm definitely not the type of dude who's like, there's just no holes barred. Really,
Well, dude,
as far as
that's what I mean
creativity.
by your music allows you to, you just look at, the other guys, just be like feeling it tonight. Like you just keep on going on
And we
that
have a lot of those
solo
moments.
bridge.
Yeah,
And,
we have a lot of
you
those
just keep
moments.
it going and then you just bring it together. Okay. And then release back into whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
It's great. Like,
Exactly, man.
it leads it.
I love
all
those
up
moments. We actually had a band meeting where we kind of discussed like how much of that, we really it's. I feel like we're always I don't think we have a set idea, and we're trying to get not too caught up in expectations a lot lately. That's a big part of maybe our philosophy right now as a band. And I think stepping back with just COVID and not being able to play shows for a while kind of gives at least me personally. I guess I can't speak for them, but give me like I understand what I appreciate about playing music more. I'm not just trying to, I don't know, maybe I was a little more competitive about it before, or like trying to like like I would like to be successful off music and art and expressing myself, all
everybody,
these things.
we all
But at the
want
same
to.
time, I think the things that are most valuable about it are also going to take me valuable to me the most about it are going to take me the furthest if I prioritize them that way too. I think I get caught up in expectations a lot, and that can be like, like for example, I'll, get an idea of exactly how I want a gig to go, like how I want the crowd to react to this moment and this moment and these different things.
You kind of plan it out ahead of time.
And I have to get
how it's going to go.
And I personally got to get away from that a little bit.
Right. A little bit, but at the same time, you want to plan it out so that way, this is how you ultimately want your show to go.
Exactly. I'm not trying to not think things out. And that's actually exactly the conversation we're kind of having as a band, like finding that line of, we don't want to seem like we're mailing it in anytime, but at the same time, we want a little bit of spontaneity, and we want to have a little fun and kind of just like, because like we're the band as far as thinking it out. We're the band that like every like beer break and sip is thought about, like we know where we're going to take a breath. Like, and we like, if you listen to that Chatter record, a lot of the songs flow right into each other. There's like not even breaks on the record. And that's how we do our live show a lot of the time. So a lot of times we're playing for an hour plus with not a break to tune or anything, and that can actually be, I'm sure like a huge problem. Like
that can be a huge problem.
Sometimes you just fuck yourself because something goes out of tune. You hit your headstock or something or whatever, or break a string, and then all of a sudden your whole plan is shot. So that's where like getting too caught up in expectations can be a problem, because I would like in those moments where something like that happens freak the fuck out, and now I'm like anxious for the rest of the show. I'm like visually angry in front of the crowd, and that's not fun for anyone. I'm taking stress out on my band members in front of people can see this happening, these kinds of, and not in like serious, like it's not like we're having full on brawls or anything, but my tone would certainly be readable, and I think I'm less and less this person, but I'm definitely aware that it's like of that side of myself, and that it's something I need to work on. So and it's like in life too, just like getting too caught up in expectations is unhealthy for me, and I need to like sometimes just create or whatever. I have this new I'm rambling like crazy, but I have this new side project that was kind of birthed out of lockdown too, when we had no shows going on. And that's what catalyzed the whole thing. I'll use all crazy intense words. So that's what catalyzed the whole thing though, and it's just that we weren't playing shows, and I had extra time to create, and I started doing this project. It was just for fun at first, and that's I think what I really realized, like part of when I really realized like I need to focus on this, the fact that it's fucking fun for me, because that's why I got into it in the first place, like just with Brother Adams as well. But so my side project is kind of hip hop flavored, and I never saw that coming from me. It just started happening.
Dude, we gotta play a music video of yours.
Oh shit.
I don't know if Jesse's ever seen it. It's what is it called? It's the one about smoking weed.
Oh, probably Lunch Break with my sister.
Lunch Break.
Yeah, it's my sister Kat.
Jesse,
Shout out
find
Kat.
that one on YouTube.
So
this is
my sister's been wanting to get into the rap game for a while too, and
when was this made?
Sometime towards the end of last year, I think like fall of last year.
What should I search?
Lunch break.
Lunch break, and you can search if you search Brother Jair, or like you can even make Brother Jair one word, or you know, it'll pop up. Lunch break, but yeah, I think lunch break is 2 words.
Is it really 2 words? Yeah. Is it a 2 word?
I think I had to Google that one. Maybe it's like different.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. So yeah, shout out to my sister. That's my sister on there. Yeah, I was saying she's been wanting to kind of do music for a while, and in this project, like it just started happening. Like I was just having fun during lockdown, and I was like, I'm gonna put some of these songs out because they're fucking fun, and I'm having a good time doing it.
I thought it was kind of like funny.
Yeah, of course. We're not taking ourselves seriously. That's the whole thing. I've done too much of that. I've done too much of taking myself seriously. Feel free to hit like right there.
Hey.
Haha.
Yeah, thank you. 23. Okay.
Okay. We got 23.
All right.
23.
Big numbers.
Listening to Lizzo when I'm dancing around the deli, smoke a J out in
This
the
was like at a
parking
little,
lot with Jeremy and Heidi. I
don't
ain't
know if
got
you can hear me
nothing
over
to
this,
do.
but
They roll up without
kinda
the
over
kid
there.
in that minivan.
This was shot at like a little speakeasy restaurant
Okay.
in Kalamazoo, which I won't drop their name because they kind of, if you know, you know.
I'm getting high on my lunch break, flying on my grind like I'm working in outer space. I'm getting high on my lunch break. I got a funny look.
Dude, we were ripped making this video. The crew was like, I mean, it looks like we're smoking a lot of weed, but obviously a lot of the weed smoking even got edited out, clearly. He just takes the best parts when we're smoking the weed visually. So he was just like, light up a joint. Oh no. And that's my wife right there. I've been really big on incorporating my friends into my videos and stuff, my friends and family. Yeah, cat killing it.
Shit. Oh, okay. All right, that was the grease. I thought I was starting on fire. All right.
My sister's gonna watch this and freak out now. I'm like burping while talking now. It's getting crazy. But yeah. Shout out my sister. Shout out Clark. Yeah, I'm gonna do all the shout outs here. Clark Camera and Cinema, who did that video for us.
So did you edit it?
Clark.
Or
No,
did they-
that was like normally me and my brother do like generally all of our video content. Like we just love doing that stuff and finding new tricks. You know, being in a band, like you get taken out of your comfort zone every now and then, and you get into some other like creative things. And so video is one of those things. And so normally we're doing a lot of our own video. Like if you look up Brother Adam's videos, I'm not saying to do it, but if you look up Brother Adam's videos, Plastic Apples is one where we got like a little bit more conceptual. We have some that are more straightforward rockers like Your Rock, but those are videos.
Plastic Apples. Yep.
These are videos we've done ourselves. And kind of shot with just like friends helping us and stuff, and friends holding props into the camera, these kinds of things, or holding the camera for us because we don't have the camera guy. We just need like another body, that kind of stuff. So
somebody hold this camera. Thank you.
But that one I hired out, and because it was like I was saying, I think part of also the reason that we've done a lot of our own videos is just that I'm a micromanager and I needed to stop.
Yeah, you realize it. That's what you were saying earlier about just
getting caught back.
You just kind of gotta
and all this. I could go on and on about this.
You just gotta learn to just let other people handle shit. And I struggle with that too. But a lot of times, there would be a good reason behind it, and I would convince myself like, I can't let this person handle this task because
you have to convince yourself.
Yeah, it will not fly. Well, then I would, and then shit wouldn't, work out right. So I just take it all back, and I'm like, just fuck it. But then shit would just get thrown in my lap. And I'm not saying just band stuff. I'm saying like work. Like when you're at work and shit, you're like you try to just you just handle it, and then you just get annoyed by it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say, speaking to that, that's been something. What kind of
it's definitely hard to stop that train of thought.
It is,
and I've worked really hard on it.
I think all creative people struggle with that. I think that perfectionist thing. But for me, I think what really made me kind of take a minute. I mean, I don't know the exact moment or whatever, but I think kind of what made me start kind of realizing it is that I appreciated when like, as like an open mic host or a showrunner, that kind of thing. When I'm putting on an event of any kind, when the venue or whoever I'm working with, puts full trust in me and lets me do what I'm good at without stepping on my toes, that's when the best product comes of everything. So I've realized like, hey, if I'm the guy in charge, maybe I need to be practicing that same thing because it's very empowering for me, and it seems to always get a good result when I'm involved in those kind of, when things are managed that way. So I was like, I should start managing that.
Which we should do, shout out Brandon Blank.
I was just gonna say, he's great for that.
Park Theater. He's a great
example of that. He
guy.
empowers passion. He empowers passion. That's what they do around there at Park Theater. If you're passionate, man.
And you are now the new host,
Open mic host,
open mic night. So my biggest question for open mic night for you is before open mic night was ran where you'd come in and you'd sign up, right?
Yeah.
Right. But when you kind of have to sign up pre,
yep,
and you kind of gotta know what the deal is, do you think that kind of like it's not open mic anymore?
As somebody who runs my open mic that way, clearly I do think it is open mic. But I can
no, like I'm serious. Why wouldn't you just make it a featured series called Live at the Park? You just say Live at the Park.
Because this is why it's still an open mic, because it's not like I'm auditioning somebody or you're not good enough to make the cut. It's still
anybody
first
can
come, first serve, and anyone can be involved. I'm not going, you're not good enough, or I don't know you, so you can't be part. So that's what makes it, I would still say, an open mic. If I was running a show, all these people would not make the cut. And I love a lot of these performers to death. And it's not like we've had anything cringeworthy. Everyone's been super talented.
It's open mic. It's a lot of people's first stage exposure. That was mine. It was an open mic at BMO's Bar in Bay City, and we went in and there was the sign up sheet. We got on, we signed up for all right, we got a spot tonight, and then we just waited for our turn. We went up there, we played. Everybody surprisingly liked it.
Nice.
And we're like, that was
nothing
awesome.
Like that first open
There's
mic,
nothing like that first open mic. There's nothing like going in and looking at a sign up sheet, being like, fuck, I can't play tonight. No.
Who's been talking to you?
No. I mean, no, that would happen at BMO's because we went the week prior and we were just a little too late.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like my setup.
No.
Because that does obviously happen.
Yeah, it happens.
Especially as we're transitioning in the way we do it, because people would show up before and just sign up.
Yeah.
This is what I will say to that. It gives us like this little extra layer. First of all, it's some people might say this feels unfair or whatever the fuck. Or I don't know what the arguments would really be, because this is how I look at it. If you do it where you just sign up, you're also just kind of giving priority to whoever gets off work and lives the closest to that venue,
Right.
Is that really who you want every night? And then you end up with the same crowd a lot of the time.
Well, that's where it would just come to you as the host being like, no, Johnny, you already played last week. Wait.
Gosh, I hate having to do anything like that.
Just give me a second. Just wait, Johnny. We'll see if anybody, if it's going to be a big night, we might get some more people in. If it's not, you can fucking play. You can fucking play, dude. Like, you already played last week. And then he's got to sit there and pout.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to deal with it because you're sitting there. But, yeah, I don't know. That was my thing was like.
Right.
Is it like, do you just change the name and you just say, it's not open mic, it's just Live at the Park. There's no thing that's like an event at Park Theater. It's just Live at the Park, right? Mm-hmm. So it's Live at the Park nights or whatever, and on Tuesday.
Is your thought that a name or brand change would sell better?
No, it would describe it better.
Do you think so?
Yeah, because it's not, to me, it's not an open mic.
Because you don't
show up and you don't sign up. You gotta like know ahead of time. And I'm sure, as popular as this, you got to think about the future. If this keeps going and it keeps growing, it keeps getting popular, there's gonna be people emailing all the fucking time. Now you're gonna be like, I gotta wait until, if I emailed you in August, now I gotta wait until October to fucking play. So is it an open mic anymore?
Yeah.
It's just I signed up and I'm gonna be featured on Live at the Park. You can too.
Yeah. Okay.
Boom.
Okay. What I would say,
just came up with that.
What? It seemed thought out.
No, that part. Just a little slogan at the end. No, it has been well thought out because that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. What I'll say is that I think the way we're doing it now is it was inspired by like the comedy scene. a lot of the comedy open
exactly
mics
like
run
the
it.
comedy we've seen it, and
Yeah.
that's my problem with that too.
I started incorporating, you know,
Comedy's a little different than music, though. Sorry,
Sure,
sorry,
no, of course. And that's the thing. That is what kind of sets my open mic apart. At least the way I like to try to make things happen is that I like it to be very mixed. I like a lot of poetry, I like a lot of comedy involved, and the music. So
Yeah.
you know, you might not see that at most open mics. You don't see that at most open mics.
No, once in a while you'd have a comedian.
And so I'm trying to, you know, with my mic, you got to get a crowd that's behind that, though. The crowd's got to be like ready to switch gears, because all of a sudden they're snapping for a spoken word artist,
Right.
and then, you know, they're clapping along and being rowdy, you know.
See, so you're also trying to create a culture and a crowd that repeats and comes back.
Exactly.
Which
So we're about the vibe
which
that
at
Eddie
open
picked.
mics, it was always like, I hope there's some different people there.
Yep.
You know, like
Yep.
like we played this open mic a month ago. Let's go back and see if there's, you know, let's play it,
Sure.
see if we can play again. If
Sure.
there's gonna be some different people. If you have like a crowd that always comes out every Tuesdays, you're gonna have a lot of the same people. Not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not saying any of this is a bad thing. I think it's a great thing.
Sure. No, yeah, I like it.
Just saying, like,
Nice
what if you just said live at the park featuring blah blah blah.
I mean, I could. I still think it's an open mic, so I guess that's why I would just keep continuing to call it one, because it is still, you know, there's no, because I just want it to be very clear that there's no, like,
There's no requirements.
Yeah,
you just
right.
gotta
Right,
You just
no
gotta
requirements.
email first. I'm just looking at it grows and grows and
Yeah.
grows. Now you're gonna
that's a,
be
you know, that's a good point, and things are
planning
already
out.
yeah.
Things are already. How many are you ahead? How
It's-
many you had right now? How many shows are you ahead?
What we ahead
If I said it, can I get on an open
Right
mic?
now, I'm like-
What's the next open mic I can get on?
the 31st.
31st.
And it's
so
getting
that's how
tight.
many Tuesdays, and it's getting tight.
Yeah.
So we're already booked out 3 weeks in advance. Is that no 2?
No.
2 weeks.
It's about once I'm coming up
See
to
what I'm
like
saying,
like
though?
once I'm coming up to a Tuesday, that next week you might not be able to get on for that next one. It might be the one after that. And that's kind of how it's been since we kicked it off.
It's a great idea
At Park
though.
Theater.
That's good. That's good.
And what it is, this is how I look at it too, because I really want to create the best experience, and vibe is very important to me. So I want to create the best experience for the performer and the crowd. After all, we do have to make money for the business.
Oh sure.
So I think that I take that into consideration, and I also take into consideration that, hey, if I'm a comic, I don't want to play after some old lady just played like 4 sleepy ass finger pick guitar tunes. So it gives me this opportunity to like just put a little extra layer of thought to make it a better flow.
it?
Yeah, exactly. And then you got to come up and be like, my dick.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
It was stuck. Do you get it?
So this is really what makes me love this is this. It's just that, really. It's just that little extra layer of thought where I can go like, hey, I want to make this the best for that comic and for this guitar player and everybody
Yeah.
involved. And you
Which
there's a
you
lot
could
of trust
still
involved
do
in
that. You could still do that with a sign up sheet though.
Sure.
You just go, okay, what do we got? You just, you just got to do it right before everybody goes on. Yep. But it's when I moved back here, I should say, because I was born here, but I was like open mic at a fucking theater.
I know, it's pretty rad.
Like, dude, like full back line. Right?
We have a
you
full
still have
back
full
line.
back line.
Yeah. And
You
we
got drums
two-sack amps, we got drums with the cymbal, the whole thing.
with the cymbals.
A bass amp. You know, we even got an acoustic guitar. I think there's even a bass there a lot of the time.
Yeah, like everything's there. You just gotta show up.
Yeah. And you get lights, and you're getting you might get a full on light show. You might get smoke, the whole thing. You know.
Yeah.
And so that's pretty cool. And I think that's really like what is the appeal. So like. People have been like patting me a lot on the back since I've like taken over this open mic, but really, you know, I have a beautiful venue to work with. The potential's through the roof.
Yeah.
All you have to do is basically not be an idiot. Like, I love it, and I put a lot of hard work into it. I'm not like trying to like, you know, be self-deprecating in any way about the amount of work that goes into it or passion, but you know, I'm just blessed with an awesome venue, you know, and a crowd that's really like ready for what we're doing.
So where did you do open mics before?
So I had been running open mics at I actually ran 2 different venues in Zealand. I started
Zealand?
of all places, yeah.
Venues? Where?
Well, not venue. Okay. I use the word venue lightly or loosely.
very loose.
So Triple Root is like the only brewery in Zealand, and so I played like a little show there, and I thought when I walked out of there, I was like, you know what, we could do an open mic here, and I got a hold of them, and at that point I had never run an open mic, but I had, I was attending them in Grand Rapids a lot. Shout out Sam Kenny, does a lot of great open mic hosting in Grand Rapids, and Nick James, like from Nick James and the Bandwagon. He used to run I don't think he's currently running it, but he ran the Founders one and stuff.
Okay.
And I just love the way these guys were doing it, and I thought that I could bring something like that to the table.
Right.
And so I started one in Zealand, and I started one at Triple Root, and then long story short, just a difference of goals, I guess, between me and those owners. So Elbow Room.
What was your goal?
To be extremely inclusive, and I don't know if they were necessarily trying to be extremely inclusive. So that I'll go into as much as you want. I'm not trying to talk shit either. I just think that
They weren't as accepting.
they weren't, and I could. There's emails to prove it. So what I mean?
So you're like, I want to get the hell out of this situation. I don't want to run something for a place that's not gonna align with all my values.
Yeah, and things eventually it was like me that decided to walk away like from that, but really like the relationship, like it hadn't fizzled yet, like it was just getting weird. And then Elbow Room, so the owner from Elbow Room had been coming down and hanging out like at the end of the night at our open mic and really liked what we were doing, what I was doing, I guess. And so he was like, once he heard a little bit, got wind of what was going on, he was like, bring it over here, dude. We love what you're doing. We're going to empower you to do your thing. And this speaks to like letting people who are passionate about something do what they're doing and do it well,
Right.
And so that's what they brought me in there to do. And that was probably about the time when I really realized like what I was talking about earlier, where I got to just like kind of let people do what they're good at and fucking let them be and not try to micromanage all the time. Because I realized how like empowering it was for me. And we ended up with like this amazing open mic there at Elbow Room for like, this is like, I got to say we started, I don't know, 4 years ago or so is when this all kicked off, for something like that. And so it was only at Triple Root for like 6 months or so. It was really short lived. And then it went to Elbow Room for like a couple years. Okay. And then COVID shut that down. And then COVID shut down the business, unfortunately.
Okay. So they went under.
Yeah.
Another casualty.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Elbow Room Bistro. Yeah. It was a beautiful thing. We had a great thing there. I met like most of my friends that I have now. Like honestly, before I started being an open mic host, I was like kind of in a social funk. Like even my relationship was just like suffering from that. Like I just wasn't in a healthy place, and my wife and everything. And I just like ended up meeting a lot of great people. You know how music can do that.
Oh yeah.
You just meet like some of the best people through art and music, and that's exactly what happened, man. And
it makes you feel more like yourself again.
Yeah.
You gotta have your release.
And I was playing shows and stuff. It wasn't that, but there was just something about this community that we built there, that I just really connected with, made a lot of tight, friends and stuff, like I'm saying. And, kind of that chosen family type vibe, and just met a lot of really cool people who I love and are, friends to this day. But, long story short, though, Park Theater, I guess, basically what happened was, when things started opening up after COVID, they got wind I was looking for a new venue that had shut down. They told me basically, hey, we've been watching what you're doing over at Elbow. Looks awesome. Come do that here.
Yeah.
And I was like, because I was like kind of nervous too, because like I was really passionate about it, but the way I was doing it, it's not that I like was set on like, I'm not set on a certain way of doing it, but I knew there's certain things that I loved about just like the way the dynamic was working and the way the culture was.
So did you run it the same way there as you're trying to do here? Yeah,
but essentially there's a slight adaptions, but it's basically the same thing,
Like
as far as like the pre-booking is something I was doing there, and that's what I'm doing now. So it's essentially all the same, it's just a better, bigger venue. I'm not the guy just running like a shitty little mixer in the corner of a bar though now,
Right.
I got a stage and now I'm the guy like running your light show maybe or whatever, or getting the crowd dancing. So
do you take care of that for the?
I've been helping out with some of that. Yeah. I mean,
there's a sound guy.
Yeah. Shout out Dave Zubian. I think that's how you say his name. So yeah, shout out Dave. He's the sound guy there.
How long's he been doing sound there?
He's been involved for quite a long time there.
Okay, well then he's probably the dude I met because he was pretty freaking cool.
Yeah. There's a lot of great sound
just
guys
didn't catch
there.
his name.
Dave, Alec, Jackie. So yeah, but the whole crew there, I really get along with. It's just been like one of those things where just like
Always
Elbow,
a good vibe there.
just like Elbow Room, man. Like the stars really aligned when I came on and at Elbow Room, and just like it was the right people at the right place. And like I say, I was getting a lot of pats on the back, but it was really just like I was blessed. Like things just worked out, man. Like I put as much as I could into it, but it doesn't mean that's always gonna work.
Right.
So and it did. So I give credit to everyone who's like involved in showing up every week. And there's people that show up every week again, to Park Theater now that they're not on stage, and or they are an artist too, and they're not. It's not even about them being on stage, They're selflessly just showing up to like help be part of the scene. They want to be
Right.
part of it. And it's really beautiful, man. There's like a lot of cool stuff happening there. It's just a place to meet new people and try new things.
Yeah,
not to be
an
cliche,
open
but it is.
mic, any kind of bar show that's going on. That's why it's important to go to like other band shows and stuff like that if you want to get more involved in the scene. If you want to be more involved, you got to be in it as well. And if you're a
Yeah.
part of a band, though, I think a point I was going to try to make last time that I don't think I ever got to make was, as long as you have like a few members of your band that are out there to represent, I think that's okay. I think there's other members that are just not as social.
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Or,
don't force them to be like, you have to come out
I get
to
that.
support.
I get that. I've been.
You
Yeah,
know,
I know totally what
But
you're
it's
talking
like,
about, man.
you guys go out, you represent us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're more into being in a bar.
Sure.
Maybe somebody else is not.
Yeah.
But that's where you got to be. Especially when you're getting started.
Maybe one guy's got like a shit ton of kids. Like me, I got 5 kids, so sometimes like
Kids.
if you're in a band and you're trying to go to other people's shows, like that's hard to do sometimes, man. And I feel that pressure sometimes. Like, man, I want to be at everything. Like, but
Yeah, it'd be awesome to go to everything.
But it is important to try, and I think it's more of a mindset than anything, man. To just know that it's like, it's not a. You get what you put into the scene, really. You get out of it what you put into it. And that same thing with open mic, man. Like I notice the people who show up and they're like, this is my 15 minutes to do my thing, or the people who are like, I'm happy to be part of this community. Like I put up a post recently today, kind of just a little story about how somebody told me, like, I just thought this was like a really cool vibe, and this was like totally unprompted. These people said that they wanted to sign up for a slot, but they just included like the disclaimer that, hey, but if there's not room for like somebody who's never been on the stage, like let them take our slot. And I was like, that's fucking dope. Like that shows what they're, that they're part of it for the right reason. And that stuff like really stands out to me.
And immediately you're like, yup, there's somebody. My email list is growing. Show up, go up.
Yeah. Like that little roach clip.
Yeah,
Weird, right?
it is. It's kind of like looks like a robotic dog.
Friend M
Needs some legs.
hand makes those. Shout out MK Ultra. That's her little, or their little.
Oh,
sorry.
the crystal. Crystal, right?
I'm gonna point out that I mispronounced, but yeah, they.
They. What kind of crystal is this?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not craftsy, artsy like that. I guess I am artsy, but not craftsy.
Are you like a horoscope guy?
No, not really.
No, you don't believe?
I'm
in that
weirdly
shit?
not whimsical and stuff for being like an artist per se.
Do you know like how deep horoscopes get? What about you, Jesse? Are you a horoscope guy?
Not at all.
You think it's all crock shit?
I mean, I'm just not into it. I don't know enough about it to knock someone's thing.
Dude, my wife is getting into this shit. And this shit gets fucking deep. It's not just your newspaper fucking horoscope that you would look up, or you go to dailyhoroscope.com or whatever. Yeah, it's not that. Like, there's like separate levels to all this shit. It's based on like the moon and all this other shit, right? Well, we did mine. Like, she did the whole chart and everything. That fucking shit explains me to a goddamn motherfucking
So now you're on
T,
board.
bro.
Now you're on board.
Oh, I kind of been on board.
Oh, okay.
I kind of like, again, I wasn't like this guy like, did you read your horoscope today?
Sure.
No. But like, I was like, I think there's something to do with it. Cause I'm like a real big space guy and shit. Like, we don't know a lot. Like, we don't even fucking know what's in our oceans, man. So like, we don't know a lot. Like, I just think that there's gotta be, like, I believe in like spirits and all that motherfucking shit. So I don't know. I lost where I was going.
The weed will do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's getting a little roachy, by the way. So spirits and stuff. Do you
Oh,
do
yeah.
like do you
God damn it! What point was I gonna make, Jesse?
Don't ask me.
God, everyone's too stoned all the time. Yeah.
Do you do like? Did I see that you go like you take this channel sometimes to doing like abandoned places and things like
That's
that?
how it started out, dude. This
Okay.
whole thing started out with me and Eric kind of just linked up, and we're like, let's go shoot some abandoned places. So we did that. We got like a season together. I was like, we need more content. Start a podcast. So we did the first podcast. He went on a trip, was gone for like a month and a half. And so I had to like keep going with podcasts. And I was like, I'm going to start running this the way I want to do it. He wanted to do that a hell of a lot more than I can. Cause again, I got kids, you
Yeah.
know, like you said,
Yep.
you got kids. I
Yep.
just can't be out every weekend. So I was like, you do your thing, you know, I'll just change the name up. I want to keep doing the podcast. He was like, yeah, that's cool. So yeah, he shoots like just these incredible fucking photos. And you can follow him on Instagram at the unknown abstract.
I think it's like World Photography today. Photography Day.
Is it
Today?
today?
Yeah. I
Oh,
almost couldn't
shit.
say that. World.
Go live, Jesse. Go live. Yeah, no. Yeah, like this is like all the places he goes, dude. It's so cool. But yeah, we've been to like some incredible places ourselves too. Just and like traveling and shit. I just like the whole thing, man. The whole thing was cool, but I just can't do it all the time. You know, I was down I was treating it more like let's go film a bunch,
Yeah.
get all our shit, then I'll put it all together. Like I'll have this break of not having to go out to do explore shit.
Bank a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, go out and shoot a bunch, and then get like a season together, put it
Sure.
all together, release it, and then we'll go out and shoot a bunch again. But he was like, no, I want to go.
Sure.
So
So what kind of stuff? It was abandoned place. Yeah. I just was it you were doing ghost stuff at all?
ghost stuff?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
I'd like to.
I was just
We're going to.
because you were just mentioning the spirits and things like that. So,
Oh yeah, I'm like totally all in
Yeah.
on that.
yeah.
I hear shit here in my house.
Do you?
Yeah. Oh
Have you
yeah.
ever- What's like the weirdest? I know I'm interviewing you. Sorry, but
Yeah, no, the weirdest thing, the weirdest thing that I really experience, and I experience it quite frequently, is the walking upstairs when there's nobody up there. So, and it's distinct. It's not the cat. I've debunked the cat.
just hearing creaky footsteps. Yeah.
Yeah, because I had told my wife, I was like, go upstairs, just be really quiet, and like toss the ball when she's in the kitchen. I want to hear her run across while I'm down here.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, it's not that.
Okay.
So that's how I debunked it. I'm like, dude, there's something going on.
Wow.
I don't know what it is.
Man.
It's not all the time. It's not like, oh, this happens to me every day or every week. It's just once in a while. Fuck, I did it again, Jesse.
Do you ever think it's just a person, like an actual
Like a what?
Like
an actual person?
person?
First couple times it happened, it did.
Yeah, sure.
And I was like, oh,
Well, yeah, I guess that's what you would think, right?
yeah, I was like, what the fuck? What's going on up there? But yeah.
But it's happened so much that it can just be someone that have to. Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, yeah, like I said, I went through and I debunked shit. I'm like, yeah, so that's the craziest thing I experienced. But my wife one time, like, had this, like, she was sitting in the chair upstairs, like right above us is the living room, and then like kind of right there's probably like some steps that go upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
So she was sitting there, and she felt all of a sudden just really exhausted, and then like kind of like must have like fell asleep. One of those, you know, you fall asleep, you don't even know it. Like you wake up, you're like, oh shit, I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Kind of like one of those, like she fell asleep, didn't know it, but had this crazy ass fucking dream where there was two kids coming down the steps. And I believe I think it was a boy and a girl. The boy was black, the girl was white. And then a black man came around the corner, like, so over here would be the dining room, and then there's the kitchen over there. So he came through, and then she felt really intimidated by this person, was yelling at him to get out of the house, to get, like, leave.
Really?
And then just woke up kind of out of this dream.
Huh. It's like really quiet down here and we're high, so this is like really,
Weird.
it's really hitting me.
Yeah.
I'm on, yeah, I do it now.
Fucking weird, dude.
I get creeped out when I'm in like dark places alone for sure and things like that. But I don't know if I think it's spirits or if I'm just like worried that I'm vulnerable, you know?
Oh yeah.
I think it's
I get
a lot of that, right?
dude, every time. Like I leave the light on in the kitchen upstairs or something, or some sort of light on out there, so I have lights to turn off on my way.
Yeah.
I still get creeped out. Like I can sleep. Obviously, I go camping like out in the national forest. It's like pitch black.
Dude, oh,
I could get
man.
eaten by a bear.
Right.
Like I go sleep out there, but it's just creepy being in the dark. Like
It is.
like yeah.
I
like,
remember
just-
going hunting as a teenager with my dad, and even with sitting out there with he would just drop me off at a tree. I'm a teenager, I wasn't even that big into that shit. Like it was my dad. I don't know. He brought me out there. He'd be like shit faced. He was totally shit canned, and so like totally an unsafe environment. And I'd be whatever age 16, whatever the fuck. And we'd be up north, some woods I've never been. He would just like walk me miles into some place, and who knows if he even knew where he was going. He'd drop me off at like a tree, and
Yeah.
he's like, I'm gonna be wherever this way,
Really?
And then just even though
You
you're
got
out
a
there with
rifle?
a gun, yeah. I remember the first time we went out there, like a 12 gauge,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, so shotgun, and so I remember him going like, so he's like, the first time he dropped me off, I remember this distinctly, and maybe he's bullshitting me, I don't know, but he was like, he goes, if you see a bear, don't shoot it. And I was like, if I see a bear, I'm shooting that thing.
Shooting
Dude.
it,
Like I'm
dude.
shooting the fuck out of that thing. You think I'm just gonna sit here?
Oh, like no, like even if
I'd
the
be
bear
so
didn't
scared.
see you, if the
don't
bear
know.
didn't see you, you would have shot it.
Maybe I guess I don't really know. Now I'm making a big
Fuck
statement.
that. Yeah, dude, that's a big statement. Cause I don't know, dude. I think I'm just letting the bear go.
Now I'm an
Just
animal
because?
abuser.
No.
No,
just
I'm just
because,
saying I would be.
just because
all
I
I'm
don't
saying-
want to miss.
I'm just joking. I'm just saying I'd be scared shitless, dude. I wouldn't know.
Of course,
I don't know what
the
I would do.
shotgun's got the spread, but a bear?
Yeah.
No, I would want to be sure I was going to be able to kill it. Because if
That's
that
true.
motherfucker
I mean,
turns
yeah.
around, I'm dead, dude.
That's true. I probably would just freeze the fuck up, honestly. Really being in that situation.
I'd record it. I'd be like, yeah. Look at the natural bear.
And of course,
It's
this is
natural
long
habitat."
enough ago that we didn't have like a phone that you would have just pulled up.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
right. Yeah, nowadays I would. Back then, no. Fuck, I was
Not that
late
I'm
in the
that
game
old, but
on
you know
even
what I mean.
cell phone, man. I didn't have a cell phone for a while.
I was resistant, dude. I thought I was cool, but
I wanted
like,
one. I just
resistant.
didn't get one. I was like, shit, man. But then I got flip one.
I remember I had a girlfriend when I was like 16 or 17. I remember giving me shit because I didn't have one yet.
I didn't have one either. I used my wife's.
And then I got. I don't even carry a phone now. We got one phone between me and my wife. I'm straight
really?
up. And my wife carries it usually, and I just took it because I'm going somewhere and she's at the house. So
Right.
I literally have a landline.
Oh, you have a landline.
I have a landline.
I technically have a landline number, but I just never hooked up the phone. I gotta have a phone too somewhere.
Basically,
hooked it
don't
up.
really use it though. Basically, it's like bullshit all day.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Does it ring all
It's
the
just me
time and it's
clicking off.
telemarketers and shit?
Yeah, it's just me clicking off all
Oh,
day.
dude, you gotta call that thing. What is it?
I should just
call
cancel
to
it
get
out.
you off of the
Oh, yeah. Sure.
registry list or whatever that list is.
Yeah.
What is it called? Do you know what it's called?
National Do Not Call it.
Yeah,
sure.
National Do Not Call List.
It's right. It was right there in front of us.
It was right there, dude. It was right on
It's
the
right
top,
there,
dude.
bro.
It's like the fucking top was right
Fuck.
there.
I'm like getting all in my head over here. Could you see it happening?
Yeah, dude. No,
Did you watch me doing it?
because that shit's fucking crazy, dude.
We're just
So
talking
you
about some
believe it?
shit, and
Believe paranormal stuff?
I mean, I don't know. Like when if you know, like say, like I'm
hesitating.
home alone by myself on YouTube, like that shit will go down like a weird spiral. You know? I'm that
Yeah, well,
guy.
it's creepy and scary, but you don't believe it, huh?
I don't know. I don't not believe it. It's
What do you
like,
think happens after you die?
ooh, man. I mean, it may.
Is it just black? Is it just nothing? What is it?
If I was gonna put my money on something, it's that. But
Just black.
I will
Do
say
you recognize black?
I will say that acid
what's-
or not acid trips, but I will say psychedelic trips with mushrooms have made me think otherwise a little
Okay.
bit.
Okay.
You know, because that was the first time, you know, the first time I had like a full on ego death type trip.
Yeah.
It definitely made me like I accepted my death within that trip. It went bad. It went bad.
Ooh.
Needless to say, because I obviously accepted my own death.
Yeah.
But it was to the point. Yeah, I just the full ego death thing, and I just thought I was dead in the whole thing, and I just thought I was in in blackness or whatever. There was no me.
There's nothing. You couldn't see anything.
I forgot that I was
even existed.
Yeah, it was weird. I don't know how to explain that, but that's the best way to say it.
What was visual? Black?
There was basically nothing visual. It was just
Nothing
thoughts.
visual, just thoughts.
It was just like a sea of thought.
Just a sea of thought.
This is the only time, and this is
In
the only,
eternal blackness.
I've done shrooms a couple times, but that was the only time that it was like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And and it was actually the first time I ever did shrooms, and I just like went crazy. My brother said he also experienced ego death. Apparently, we got like a fucked up batch or something. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened because it was not a fun thing, and and I think it was part of me because I'm like a dad and stuff, and like I'm like an overthinker, and I just think I couldn't let go of my responsibilities, and so I was like clinging onto control as the shrooms were trying to take me away, and it was like made me paranoid, and then
yeah.
I think it spun me out.
That's
for
what
my
they say.
trip.
You just gotta let go. You just
Yeah.
gotta let it.
And so I think I'm getting a little better at that now. So maybe I'll try going a little like because I would love to like fully trip balls again, but so far I've
So was
like,
that the only time?
I just go light with
That
stuff
was the
like
one
that.
and only time?
No, I've done
Oh, okay.
shrooms a couple other times and stuff. I've only done shrooms and weed though and stuff like that.
Yeah.
A couple other dumb things we don't really need to talk about, but I don't do like blow or anything. I don't do. I don't really do that. I don't really do that kind of thing. As far as on a
Great.
regular basis, I
always recommend it.
I'm a huge stoner. You recommend it?
Yeah, back when I did it, not now. No.
Yeah, because it's all laced with fentanyl.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
No, it's too scary now.
That's
Way
my
too
thing.
scary.
That's my thing right now, especially. Yeah, I'm a dad. I mean, come on, I'm a dad. Man, who's gonna watch this podcast? Oh my god.
Back when you didn't have kids and stuff, you're a little more reckless. You can just I'm more invincible. Shit, I partied so much. Like I said before, I partied so much by the time I was 21. I was like, I don't even
Bored of it by the time you were legal.
I guess
for it.
we can go to a bar.
I know
just
what you mean.
check that out. That scene.
Yeah,
You
especially
know.
when you're in bands and stuff, because you always get away with getting drinks. When you're in the band,
Oh yeah.
they never really pay attention to the bandmates.
Well, for me, I never played a show until after I was 21. So I didn't really didn't have to worry about it.
I didn't play a ton before I was 21 in bars, but a little bit, and I got reaped the advantages.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like you have to have like a parent with you or something, right? Or a guardian.
I don't know how I got away with some of that.
Well, I mean, like
I definitely
shows
didn't
at
have a
Park
parent
Theater
guardian,
can be 17 plus, like with the guardian.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So if you're performing, I would assume that you'd have to have.
I never drank underage. That's what I'm trying to say. Kids
Right.
stay in school.
Stay in school, dude. I
Love
don't
you,
know.
Grandma.
It's school is a bitch.
All I'm trying to say is I'm a role model.
Right.
Yeah.
Extensive.
Bro, something happened. I don't know if it's the weed. Something I said at some point or something we did, and I just had to
What?
acknowledge it. It spun me out, and now I'm like in a weird, in my head place. I don't know if it was
cool.
talking about, not in a way where I feel
What happened?
I'm gonna watch. I don't know.
I think you need to crack.
I just want to acknowledge it. If anyone
model.
watches this back and go like, he is freaking out. I am tweaking out a little bit.
Tweaking.
I'm not too high because I'm a
You felt that cocaine? No, I'm just
feel-
kidding.
I feel like weirdly self-aware right now.
There's a song. So I did cocaine, and there's this song.
No way.
No, you didn't. So that we had this. It was band Rat. You know Rat.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
band Rat.
Round and round.
Every time I hear that fucking song, I swear I get a drainage in the back of my throat. Every time I just like think back to like sitting in this basement and I had this CD case and that's what we would use it for. There's certain things, there's songs or whatever, just bam, just take you right back there.
Oh, bro.
Like
yeah.
we were saying that earlier, I think.
Without a doubt.
Or maybe not. But
I don't think we were.
but
They're all
it just
blurring together.
takes you right back just to that one moment, and that's what it is every time I hear Round and Round by Rat. Like it's just boom right there, because I think it was like the first or second song on the disc, and it's just bam right there. Yeah dude.
All right. Well, can we talk about hair metal then?
Hair metal.
Are you? Because you listen to
I'm
stuff
not
like that.
I'm not like a huge like hair metal guy, but yeah, do.
You know what I hate when it comes on the radio is fucking Def Leppard.
Def Leppard.
And you know what?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Well, they're like an iconic band,
I know.
I guess, but
I shouldn't, and I respect them. I'll say that. But for some reason, when they come on, it is like, fuck.
just
I fucking hate it, dude.
what does it do to you? Like, just
I don't.
you
It
just
makes
cringe?
me furious, dude. Right now, I'm like
Furious.
feeling it in my body. I'm bubbling up.
You just like just that bad.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. But you know,
You just wow, yeah.
no, I'm
What I
coming
discovered-
back around. I'll say that. I'm getting there.
No, you don't got to come back around because what I discovered about Def Leppard is that I don't like them as much as I thought I did.
Yeah, man. Fuck Def Leppard.
Like I thought I liked them a lot for a long time, right? You know, and then I started listening to more. Like, you know, as you get older, you learn, you see stuff, and I'm just like, you don't like them as much, I guess.
They did have some cool shit.
Like I really do like Motley Crue. Like I'll listen to them.
Oh, I'm sound like a hipster, but the early like Def Leppard is pretty cool.
It's but I'm just saying
The
it's
early
not-
stuff, bro. But no, yeah.
You gotta go early, man. Like pre-Black Album with Metallica, so it's like great.
What band did you just mention?
Motley Crue.
Oh, Motley Crue, dude. Okay, so I saw them at I'm a Motley Crue fan for sure.
Yeah, I think everybody kind of slightly is, at least a little bit.
You think so? My
No, at least a little bit.
Yeah, my girlfriend my girlfriend, my wife. What the fuck?
Dude, yeah, dude. I say that every once in a
I'm
while.
falling
too,
apart
dude.
right now.
too.
And I didn't even.
Dude, yeah, it's like my girlfriend.
I didn't even like. We were together so long though. When she still was my girlfriend, that it felt ridiculous
Right.
to call her my girlfriend.
How long you guys been together?
So we've been together for like 13 years.
13 years, dude. I beat you.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're a 15.
that's pretty. The applause. Yeah. See, yeah, that's pretty awesome, man. I love the long-term relationship thing. I'm a
Hell
lockdown
yeah.
man.
Why is it still playing everything?
This is good though. You got
We got.
we gotta fix that.
Yeah. Add that to the list.
We only got married a few years ago, though.
The list. Yeah, that's same with us. We got married. Well, we got married in 2013. So holy shit. We're coming up on
So
like,
your anniversary today or something? You
No, dude. Like I'm just thinking, like we're coming up on like almost 10 years. I mean, it's getting close.
Dang.
Oh, that's what's up.
Since we got married,
Yeah.
but we were 2006. So how long is that before we got married? 7 years. Yeah, 7 years. Boom. Just
Okay.
did math, bro.
That's a lot. Congrats on holding it down. That's what's up.
Yes.
Wait, how many kids you got?
2.
2 kids?
Yep.
That's what's up.
4 and 2.
I'm just gonna start saying like the basic in a bar conversation. That's what's up, man.
What's
That's
up, man? Yeah.
That's what's
How many
up.
kids you
Yeah,
got?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you got 5?
I got 5 kids,
Yeah.
right?
How old are they?
So don't ask me all these questions about my kids. You know that's gonna be hard to get through it all.
Don't ask.
I'm the dad. You ask the mom these
What
questions.
are their first and middle names in chronological order?
I can definitely do the initials. Oh my god.
Yeah, we did
shit.
we did both. Well, because we only got 2, but we did both L's, and I regret it. I hate it. You know, because you got Layla and Lily.
Layla and Lily.
Yeah, so it's like Lily, Layla, or you know, tongue tied, wide.
When I got with my wife, she already had 2 kids,
Okay,
and they were 3 and 1,
3 and 1.
and that's Cole and Bayla. And now they are 16 and 14. Yep. And
You're
then
like, what?
yeah, and then we have Oliver. He goes by Ollie.
Ollie.
Yeah.
yeah.
And that was our first kid that we had together.
How old's he now?
He is 10,
10?
9,
Dude,
10,
is he in his
9, 10, 11,
Does
13,
he have a skateboard?
7. Yeah, he has a skateboard. Yeah.
Dude, can he ollie?
Can Ollie? No, he can't Ollie. He doesn't have a skateboard. He's a little scared on the ramps, man. We used to go to the Zealand skate park.
Hell yeah, dude. That's just intimidating.
Yeah.
It's intimidating as fuck. Did you skateboard?
I was never really good. I could like barely Ollie.
Did you try to go down the ramps and shit?
No. Yeah, I could like I got to the point where I could like drop in, you know what I mean?
You could?
And I could just like do this.
Drop in and then just
I think so. But maybe I have an like a
I think you have an optimistic.
Do you think I have a road?
I think so. You hesitated too much. You're like, do I want to sound like a bitch or not?
I feel so self-conscious all the time. I don't know what's happening.
I just got done saying I didn't go in there. That shit was scary. My mom brought us to the fucking skate park. We had motherfucking rollerblades. We already looked like the dumbasses on the fucking shit.
I was the kid that all of my friends that were really good at skating were like, dude, we're making a video. We need some bloopers. You should come with and post your shit like you always do, and we'll film it. And I'm like, all right. And then I fucking try and ollie a 7-stair and fucking die.
Yeah, try to hit that rail next time. Nut shot. Oh, see, that's what I was always afraid of. Like doing something like that, like trying to hit a rail and smacking right on your nuts, dude.
Yeah, I think I was scared of getting hurt too. I think that's really why.
That's what it is. It's the fear of getting hurt. That's hard
I think that's
to get
where
over.
Ollie's at too.
Yeah,
I think that's where Ollie's at too.
It's like what you can encourage all you want, but it's just like. It's up to them ultimately, obviously, just to like, you gotta get over that fear, but it's hard. You remember sitting there on that ramp and I'm just like, yo, bro, no. I see all these other people dropping in just fine. I'm gonna like crack. I've always thought like I was gonna go in because it's kind of like almost invert. It's like Top Thrill Dragster shit, it's like almost like inverted a little bit, seems like when you're up there. And I thought I was gonna go swoop and like smack my head right on the back. Of where you drop in.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
And you're too cool to pad up, of course.
Yeah, you don't want to pad up.
When we
don't want to go up there.
Ollie, he padded up though. We padded him up.
Oh yeah, I had him.
Yeah,
for sure.
But
you don't want to go to the skate park all padded up.
He's only 9. He'll get there. But then we have two. I have 2 other kids. I want to definitely mention them.
Oh yeah.
I want to act like I forgot them because I've been sitting here the whole time thinking of how old they are.
I knew you were gone. I'm like, this motherfucker's gone again. What the fuck? I gotta keep talking. Let me ramble.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, should I even spark this other one? I don't even fucking know. What the happened? What the hell happened? Did you say it was Jair? Because we thought about Jair. I had a grandma.
You thought it was Jair?
Huh?
Some people, my whole life growing up, people
we didn't know whether it was like
Jar.
That's what I thought it was.
Some people do call me like that stuff. So my name is spelled. So I'm Jeremy. Is really what my name is.
Hold on, you're 2 kids. 2 kids. You're gonna say that before we forget.
Okay.
We can't forget them.
Okay. So Nora. So yeah, Ollie 9. Nora is 7. And she's awesome, and so is Binks. I don't know why I had pointed out that she's awesome and no one else. I didn't say that for anyone else. Whatever.
Yeah, she's awesome. I gotta make up
What's
now.
up, the rest of you?
Yeah.
They won't watch this.
Yeah, do the dishes.
I mean, that is your chore, so get to it, Bela.
Yep. Thank you.
Oh yeah, and then Binks, and he's the one like I'm hesitant for him to like actually be grown up, and it is what it is. He had his first year of school.
How old did you say he was?
Last year.
Oh, first year of school was last year, so
yeah.
was he 6?
He was, yeah. So now he's 6. But yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's an age you might be like, holy shit.
So I had to homeschool him, and I suck at that kind of stuff, man.
Oh, dude, that's gotta be terrible.
Yeah, it was not good. Honestly, it was a terrible way for him to have his first year. So now he's going to real school next year.
Yes. Yeah.
All those kids. We'll see what happens. But anyway, I don't even want to talk
excited?
about it. But
excited for school with kids?
Yeah, I think so, man. I think he's excited to go see what like his like older siblings have been talking about, you know, and all this. So because they, he's got a lot of older siblings.
You go to preschool beforehand?
He did not go to preschool. I didn't go to preschool either.
I didn't go to preschool either.
My little brother.
My kids
did.
are going though.
For some reason, once it got to my little brothers, they were. Well,
you're the oldest.
Yeah, I'm the oldest.
Yeah, me too. We're the experiments. Jesse, you're the oldest too.
I am.
Yeah, we're all experiments.
They were like, "Oh, we didn't put him in preschool. We should definitely put this other guy in preschool because that didn't work out."
Yeah, that shit did not work out. We're doing this one through preschool. Yeah, I remember. I hated it. I went to kindergarten, dude. I was with the kid that was like, no. not staying here.
I was pretty
Try to
freaked out, I
leave.
think, when I first went to school. I think so.
I ran out. I tried to run out the building.
I think a lot of us did. But I ended up not loving school.
Nobody
but-
else in my class did. They're all like staring at me. I'm just like, fuck. Why the hell are you all
Yeah.
okay with this shit?
Right? Where the fuck are we? Who is this?
Where the fuck do I go?
Why are we in rows?
Yeah.
This is
Why are we
Nazi
in rows?
shit.
I didn't salute nobody.
Yeah. I was singing a song at the beginning. This shit is fucked up.
What the hell is
called?
that flag? Too many stars.
I agree, dude. I gotta say, no, I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah,
I'm
say
gonna be
it.
all controversial.
Why? What?
All right.
You already said I'm gonna say. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say?
No, just singing a song. If you think you have to sing a song all together in unison, that's some culty shit for anything ever.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Right.
But also at the same time, it is fun to sing songs and it is fun to sing in unison. So
It's fun.
I don't know what I'm
mean.
talking. I guess I just totally contradicted myself. So I guess I get it.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't have to. But you should
have
want
to.
to.
You shouldn't have to.
But it depends what song it is. Oh, and I don't know how to say this. But it's not. I don't mean to get anything political.
Right?
If
What
it's
you're referencing to?
no, I'm not. I don't want to talk about that.
No, right?
I don't want to get political now.
Well, no, then they took Under God, but then like all out. And,
Wait, it's out now. And wait,
wasn't it out?
Okay, did people still sing that song in schools?
No, right? No, I don't. I think they stopped when I was.
But they took God
in
out
School.
of it. You're saying?
Yeah, I think they did. Didn't they?
But no one sings it probably anyway.
Jesse, just Google. Did they take God out of Pledge of Allegiance? I thought they did. I thought there was a big stink about it.
Yeah, that might be right. I'm not. Are you religious? My voice cracked on that.
Listen, are you? I'm not like one of those like religious freaks. No, I believe it's different. But I believe most of it's more like energy based than like beings and all creators.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm the
I
guy. to-
believe a lot of science, but I believe a lot of other shit too, like astrology. So I'm kind of a mixed bag over here.
Sure. Yeah, I would say I don't even know. It's actually weird that I guess it felt like we were going that way. I don't know why I
From
brought
every Pledge of Allegiance? What do you mean?
From
there's
every
more?
Pledge of
There's
Allegiance.
more than one?
every single one of them, even the remixes,
Looks like no, but I don't think they do it in school anymore.
even the Lil Jon remix.
No. That's weird. Huh.
Nah.
Partly false. Partly false.
Well,
Partly true. Apparently there's other Pledge of
blind people would
Allegiances.
tell you that those fact-checking websites are also,
Who the fuck knows anymore,
Right.
dude?
right.
You know, you got like you can go to Snopes, but they seem to be like leaning one certain way too on shit. You go to any way, and they see
Oh, no.
you can point out shit. You could be like, they'll take like one word, like this or left or just one word, and be like, nope, this is partly false, like that.
Partly false.
Partly false, and then people will be like, it's
I'm
false.
gonna start a band called Partly False.
Partly false, right?
Yeah, that's an expression I don't feel like I've heard ever before, like the last 2 years or so, and I've heard it a lot in the last 2 years. Partly False.
Yeah, it's cause
Everywhere. Partly
So-
False is everywhere. That shit's viral. I'm gonna buy stock in Partly False because that shit is
Because everybody's basically partly false. It seems like it's like they try to like fancy up everything and then throw in these false shit. It's like everything's subliminal. Everything's like, dude, it's crazy, man. It's crazy out there.
Partly False, a memoir by Jair Haromi. That was what I was gonna say. When I was in school, people would pronounce my name. They would always think because it's okay. So I'm Jeremy is my full name, but
Jeremy's your fucking
birth
name.
name.
Birth name.
Yeah, yeah.
It's your birth name.
It's my birth name. And is that a weird way to say it?
It is. It's kind of funny right now. It's my birth name is Jeremy. Jeremy.
So, but it's spelled Jairimi. So people would think it was like not,
Jeremy.
whatever, European.
Jeremy? I'd say it's the same way.
People would give me a soft J a lot of the time and be like Harimi and stuff like that. And I thought that was so funny. But I would get the craziest you know, every new year of school, it was like, what's gonna happen now? Or you know, you'd get to the part where they hesitate, and you're like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
It's fucking Jeremy. It's not. It's like it's basic. It's so basic, but
It's so I'm surprisingly more basic than you think I am right now. Yeah. He's
right.
looking for the ethnic kid in the class. They're like,
right. Yeah, totally. I'm definitely not that.
no, it's
So-
you over there. Like, yeah.
I'm like a Dutch and German. So anyway, I thought like, what, you know, and I'm putting my name on all this stuff like on social media and things. I thought maybe like Jer would be like easier because like people could never figure out Jeremy, right? The way it's spelled.
Right. No.
So I thought
still not easy.
Jer, but then it, you know, there's the problem that like Jair is like a name,
Oh yeah.
like, and it's spelled the same way. So a lot of people again assume that I'm much
Jair?
more interesting than I am.
Yeah.
And I'm not. So it's
The
Jer.
name-
So I always had to
the
be like,
name
and,
sells.
and now the thing is, I'm always like, and I introduce myself as Jer all the time because that's what like my friends and family have always called me anyway.
Right.
So I was just like, I should just start saying that. 'Cause it started to feel weird. Like everyone close to me is calling me Jer, and then everyone else called me Jeremy, and I was like, fuck it, I'm Jer.
I'm Jared, dude.
I don't know. That's what happened. So, but now I want to introduce myself. I'm like, I'm Jer, and they're like, Jared, Jerry, you know. Like no one can ever get
Jared,
it. No one can
Jerry,
get it.
Jeremy. What is it?
Everyone thinks I'm fucking Jared, and I definitely don't want to be Jared.
No, dude.
Maybe it's because I have a bad history with Jareds, but
Maybe, but you don't look like a Jared.
I don't want to be a fucking Jared. Jared drives like a, you know, overcompensates with a truck that he doesn't need, and
And he's like,
he's like
kind of,
wears work boots too often.
yeah, he stinks.
Like just take them off every once in a while, dude. Get other shoes.
Dude, how many Jareds are
Some
cool
comfy
that you've
shoes.
ever met? None, obviously for you. What about
Yeah.
you? What about you,
Jared
Jesse?
Fogle, hello.
Yeah.
One of the worst Jareds.
Subway, dude. That fucking guy had a
my
weird
God.
smile, anyways. He's
Had
weird,
a weird
dude.
smile.
Yeah, it's just weird, man. How he went for, and dude, that dude did not just eat Subway. Really?
To get skinny.
Yeah. Like, that dude had to do something.
When you said he had a fucked up smile, it made me get self-conscious about my teeth because I always smoke joints and get resin on my teeth. And then I was
Oh,
like,
right.
oh shit, we're on camera. I should see if I have.
That's where Jesse's got to step in and be like,
I'm
yo,
hyper aware right now. I don't know what's happening with me.
you got some black shit all over you. Yeah,
Do you think that if you're a friend, like, okay, so you're married. If
Yeah.
your wife has something in her teeth, you tell her.
Yeah.
And is she self-conscious about it? Is she get mad about it?
Not mad. She's just like, where is it?
But she's not like, oh, like embarrassed.
No,
Like you saw me like that.
no.
Oh, interesting.
Well, yours is.
I didn't say that. Moving
said-
on. And
You
so,
said,
if
oh,
you-
interesting.
so
Is your
Love you, baby.
is she still for you, Jesse?
I don't know where the camera is, but
What's that?
Does she get like embarrassed if there's something in her teeth in front of you, or does she
No.
just say, "Where is it?"
I think she'd rather me tell her
Yeah,
than be like,
and then be like asking you, like, "Well,
Yeah,
what?"
right.
Yeah.
And did you think? And how does that work with like so like you guys like just like friends? Same thing. Just tell them.
I
Oh,
would want
friends?
my friends if
Oh hell yeah, dude! Tell me.
Stranger. What happened? What if a stranger tells you? Are you
it's
embarrassed?
embarrassing.
You're embarrassed.
Now you're
but
embarrassed,
now
but-
you're glad you can get it out of
But
your
still
teeth.
grateful.
It's
yeah.
not 10
Yeah.
strangers that I encountered that see it. It's just that.
Yeah, at least you got it out of the way.
You're right.
Oh, whoa.
Dang.
Did you
Fire
almost hear,
department's
bro?
right down the street.
Dang.
Yeah. Dang, dude. Probably
Dang,
caught
dude.
that on the audio.
Dang.
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 Dang. Cheers to that.
Yeah,
Dang.
cheers, dang.
I'll drink to that. Dang.
I don't know why we're danging, but I mean,
That's what we do here.
dang. That was basically Conway Twitty right there.
Dang. Shoot.
Dang.
Oh,
God dang. Dang.
God damn. Dang a line. You could just like extend it way out like in text messages. You'd be like dang a line, dang dang, diggly dang dang. Like that's supposed to mean like holy shit.
It's very Boomhauer-ish.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
like
when you read it?
Do you like old like country
No.
stuff like that?
Well, old
Kinda like what you
country,
think-
older country,
Yeah.
I guess would probably be better than what is now. Like I don't listen to any
I mean,
country.
yeah.
I don't listen to any country at all. There's not any. But if there's gonna be some country on, I'd rather it be probably the older shit.
Sure. I actually do get down on some it happened. I mean,
It just happens.
It is.
That's what happens here.
Yeah, I like some old country stuff though. I like some Conway Twitty. I actually really like some stuff like that.
Every time I hear his name, all I just think of is Family Guy, dude.
I know. I mean, he is
Like, yeah, Conway.
his
Twitty.
image is something else. But a lot of the outlaw stuff, is obviously really cool too.
Oh yeah.
The Willies and Johnny and
If
dude, I
there
love
was- if
Chris
there was any-
Christopherson, dude.
Chris Christopherson.
He's
You know
the
what's funny?
shit.
I call my cat Kitty Kitten Christopherson.
Kitty Kitten Christopherson.
Yep.
I love Chris Christopherson. So he's Whistler in the Blade movies,
Oh.
and that's really dope. He's actually in a bunch of cool movies. He has a movie with Willie Nelson called Songwriters.
If there was any era, like let's go decades back, what would you want to be in?
Oh man. Do you have like the answer for like yours on the tip of your like? Do you know what it would be immediately?
No, I'm thinking right now. I'm really thinking like, what would I want?
Oh shit. It's really hard to say. I think now it's a little more blurry for me more than ever because I feel like there's a lot of things about like I think like if I was a little younger I immediately would have said like the 60s or something to see the Beatles blow up.
Oh, really?
And still I might say that, to see that whole thing happen, see Beatlemania.
Yeah.
Just cuz like I think like, it people like think
Okay, let's two-part this.
yeah.
Let's two-part this. What would you rather, like, go back and be born in? And then what would you be most interested just to go back to see? And we can go back to any
I'll be
time.
born in and just
Be born in and actually live it. Like if you could be like, I would like to next life. Let's say there's another life. Be born in like back into this era or something. If you can go back, and then what would you like to just go back just to see? Like you could leave, but you'd want to see what was going
just a
on.
little poppin'.
Yeah, like you can pop in.
Fuck.
So first, where would you like to be born in? Like if you could relive it. If you could relive a time period.
Man,
It's tough.
It's tough. I kind of almost.
I would probably pick 50s to be born in.
So
Maybe even 45. So that way by the time the 60s roll around, like I'm well with what's current popping, what's going on. You know what I mean?
yeah. So you're like, you're into pop culture at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be, yeah.
That would be the shit. I think so. I think that'd be cool.
See, there's stuff that I would really love about. I think the '90s are like so dope. Actually, like looking back, and maybe that's just because
What year you were born? 87 or 88?
88.
88. I was born 90. Jesse, you were 87? 87. Yeah, we're all about the same age. So you would rather maybe be born like 75. That way like 1990 hits, you're like 15.
Goddamn, maybe.
Right?
I mean, that sounds actually amazing.
Doesn't that sounds really cool too?
It's like, yeah, this, the 60s, the thing about like the 60s, like people kind of think maybe like people like over.
You got to deal with like, see, I'm looking at the bright spots, like
Yeah.
the shit that you see in the movies and all that shit, and I'm looking at the time period of actually what's going on with, you got segregation still. Like our freaking, like
Man.
my dad was
And
born
you
in
start talking about
64.
that. Immediately I start thinking just about like music and stuff. That's
That's
so
what I'm
weird.
thinking too. That's honestly what I'm thinking. Diners, drive-ins.
When you start bringing in
music.
like civil rights and shit, then like fuck.
You got to think about that. Like
Fuck.
I just thought about that. That's why
Then
I had
it
to
gets
bring it
heavy.
up. That's
Yeah,
why I
then
had to
it
bring it
gets
up.
heavy. Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
somebody was probably out there like, yeah, you get back to 60, yeah, fuck, or something. No, it's like, yeah. Now you got to think about that. You got that going on. So you're growing up thinking that's probably okay. So are you one of those fucking fucks out there, or are you not? Who knows? Who knows what you are? Where
I'll
you
definitely
grow
point
up.
out that it's very privileged that I immediately just think of like what music was popping at that time, not like where is like my life valued, you know? at that
Yeah,
time.
yeah, that would be totally different.
That's
yeah,
got
yeah, that's
to.
why I said. That's why I brought it up. I'm like, gotta think about that though. You
Fuck.
know,
I'm the worst, dude. I'm like the worst. Like, you know,
I would be the worst.
Do you ever-
I said I would rather be born in 50 and then be 15 at that time.
when women are like,
The fuck? No, dude.
no, it would
yeah.
be. I mean, if we're just talking about, let's keep it light on the music side, on the pop culture side. Yeah, it would be
Yeah, that's
so,
what I meant.
it would be so dope.
But 90s would be fucking dope, dude. You're 15. It's
yeah, you got
1990.
you've seen Soundgarden pop off, Chili
Dude.
Peppers pop off,
Dude.
and
Holy
Nirvana
shit, you
pop
being
off,
able to go to those
Pearl
shows.
Jam pop off. Like fuck.
Wow.
Like, for me, I think that's what it is.
Black
for
Album
sure.
came out 90, right? Or
And
what did it come out?
You're seeing the rise and fall of Nirvana and the birth of Foo Fighters, like right when you're the age for it to be like, holy shit, this is fucking happening. Like the drummer from Nirvana just started this new band, and
Yeah.
now it's like, and I'm like, I've kind of decided now that like Foo Fighters is the best live rock and roll band
Live?
right now that just is. I think
Because
they're
I
the
can't
best one.
stand listening to them on the radio, dude.
Yeah, I think live they're the best. Like as far as like big festival arena,
Right.
big,
He's always got like
I
different
think
videos
they
of shit he's doing
fucking
at
kill it.
shows and stuff too.
and
So-
they're one of those bands they don't take themselves too seriously.
Right. With that kind of
which
music,
I love.
you can't.
I eat that up. You see that video recently where they just like trolled the Westboro. They've done this a bunch of times, but they just trolled the Westboro Baptist Church.
No, I don't think so.
So they have this new project called the DGs, and they're doing like
Is there like
Bee
music
Gees
and
covers.
shit in it, or is it just all they're playing?
Yeah, they're doing
Okay.
straight up Bee Gees covers.
Okay.
And they're doing full studio releases of full on, like You Should Be Dancing and stuff. And Dave's full on doing like the falsetto, the whole thing. And so they roll up on the Westboro Baptist Church because what they were like, I forget what the show was, but wherever it was, the Westboro Baptist Church or whatever is prevalent, you know. And so they roll up on them protesting their show that later that night in like a big flatbed, and they're playing that Bee Gees song, and Dave is just like, you know, kind of saying, you know, talking shit on like the fact that they're out there with signs about hate, you know, hateful signs and shit, you know, kind of talking down on just being hateful in general. And
Right.
then they start busting into the Bee Gees song. And You Should Be Dancing, you know, kind of like says, I forget exactly what he says, but, you know, some basically along the lines of you shouldn't be hating, you should be dancing. And then
Yeah.
they bust into You Should Be Dancing, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just fun as fuck, man. And they just crack me up.
Trolls them in a Again, you wouldn't catch it right at first, but yeah.
You
But
know,
I just don't enjoy them on the radio though. It's just I don't know. It's just kind of like
it's some little dad rockish, right? Is that what it
I
is?
get maybe.
I hear people say that.
Is it dad rock?
I dig them, man. I still think they're pretty interesting and innovative, but
They're just too mainstream rock, maybe. 'Cause they got too many songs out there. Maybe
yeah,
that's what it is.
Here's the thing, yeah, this is, and that's why it's when I say that they're like the best live rock and roll band right now, I almost feel like so cheesy and like my daughter would roll her eyes so hard and stuff, you know, that kind of thing.
Right.
But but man, like they just like I think I got over the fact that they are so mainstream and stuff, and like it does feel weird like to say like if someone said Foo Fighters were their favorite band, I would kind of think they were a boring person almost.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at
my
the
favorite band's Foo Fighters.
But I think I'm getting over that. But I think I'm
I don't
getting
know.
over that now because I think I get it. I mean, like
Get it?
because maybe it comes back to like how like you know, I was saying with like COVID, I had to step back and kind of reevaluate what I appreciate about music and doing this kind of stuff myself. I feel like those guys really like have their priorities in order,
Right.
and that's what I'm starting to like really value about them, I guess. So maybe I'm like, you know, letting that take, you know, priority over like what really is coming out on the record necessarily. Just the fact that their vibe is like seems so pure to me,
Yeah.
and that appeals to me so much.
Yeah, you can really like a band more once you see
Yeah.
them live.
Yeah,
That's why
dude.
it's always important to go see
Dude.
a band live.
So like, what's your favorite live band? Like, and this is because I feel like this is so much different. Because like my favorite live experience, like live show I've ever been to, is definitely not going to be my favorite band. Like,
So what's
those
your
are
favorite
totally
live
different answers.
show?
My favorite live show, right off the bat, I think it's very easy for me, honestly. It's like there's a couple that would like maybe be on the list, but when I first saw Valiant Thor,
Okay.
have you ever heard of them?
No.
So they're like,
You ever heard of them, Jesse? No.
so I saw them with this at the intersection like over a decade ago.
Okay.
With a band. They were actually the opening band for a band called Bullets and Octane. And that was just like kind of a butt rocky, kind of like modern rendition of Motley Crue kind of thing, but
Okay.
like watered down. And there's a lot of those. And Motley Crue is so influential, by the way.
They are in a lot of shit. Dude.
So influential. But
They were like heavy for kind of heavy metal.
mhm.
Kind of crazy to think how heavy fucking metal is. Anyways,
Yeah.
you forgot.
Yeah, I forgot what I was saying.
Me too.
Did you forget?
Yeah. Well,
Oh
you
my
forgot
God.
every time for me. Fuck you.
Hold on.
Best live band.
Oh, best live band.
Best live band.
Thank you.
God
Oh my gosh.
damn it, Jesse. Why didn't you come in clutch for me ever?
I usually don't know either. I just happen to not smoke as much as you today. And here we are.
Here we are. All right.
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, this is gonna be released in public. All right. Okay. I'm cool.
All right.
Valiant Thor, yeah. So Bullets and Octane, they were cool actually. They were fine. It was fun. But it was like when I saw this band Valiant Thor, I didn't even know the band Bullets and Octane really at all. It was like some band my buddy in high school. I think I was like a senior maybe in high school, or maybe just a year out of high school or something. Like when I saw this band, and so I brought my brother to the show, my brother Bryce. I'm pretty sure, and so Valiant Thor was just the opener, and I was there, like I said, for this band I also barely knew, Bullets and Octane.
Right.
But Valiant Thor, like, tore the fucking house up. They did a thing climbing up in the rafters,
Oh no shit.
just like, so the guy, like, wears, like, Neil Diamond, like, jumpsuits, like, full-on,
So
like,
what kind of music is this?
tassels and stuff. Okay, so it's like heavy metal, rock and roll, punky, it's in the, it kind of touches on a little bit of all of that.
All right.
But definitely,
But he's wearing like you said like the streamers.
he looks kind of. It's like he's like a heavy metal Zach Galifianakis, for sure. That's like his vibe. Like he's like a little fat, and that's definitely like the thing. Like,
Yeah.
he's got a belly and like really hairy. Like, but he has like long hair, long beard. They all have like long beards. Like but the lead singer's intense. They have like this whole like. They have like this whole like backstory that they're like from like Venus and stuff, and the dude is called Valiant himself, the lead singer. That's what he calls himself, and yeah, so like he wears things like these like full on like white jumpsuits with like tassels and flared bell bottom, the whole.
But this band just like fucking blew you out of the
yeah,
water. You're
dude, just
like, holy
crazy,
shit.
just crazy.
I mean,
But-
mine would probably be pretty fucking boring. Mine would just be I've been trying to think, and I'm just like, what? The best live show, the best show I've ever been to was when I got to see Metallica at Orion Fest.
Where was it at?
Orion Fest
Okay, where was that at?
on the Bell Isle or Bell Island.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Remember
dope.
when they did that? They did that 1 year. What fucking year was it?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
That's one band I've not. I mean, I've seen Megadeth, Anthrax, and who am I forgetting?
Slayer.
Yeah, Slayer.
Yeah,
Thank
I've
you.
seen Slayer and Anthrax.
Of the big four there, but I have not seen Metallica. I've seen Megadeth. Like Megadeth is so dope live. I think they're fun.
I
as
was
fuck
gonna
live.
go see him, but then they fucking rescheduled it again, and fucking yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I've seen them like a couple, definitely a handful of times. But are you into a lot of that thrash stuff?
Yeah, well, as far as
80s
not
and stuff.
live shows though that I've seen, but yeah,
Okay.
I haven't been to like a shit ton of shows. I've been to a few, but
I haven't gone when I was a teenager. That's when I went to a ton of shows, dude. And that's when I was like a maid in my teens. Like when I like my formative years. Like the first thing that like when I became like a music nerd and like music was like became like my passion, and I'm just like learning about like the band members and their names and their
Yeah.
influences and all that stuff. I'm like a teenager, like I'm walking through the halls with headphones and listening to Manowar, and and like hating everybody and like the whole thing, mad at the world. And But anyway, so metal was perfect. But yeah, I got into like, you know, the Anthrax and Metallica, Megadeth, Overkill.
Oh yeah.
Death Angel and
Testament.
Overkill. Testament's great. Practice What You Preach.
They're great live too, actually. When I see
Yeah.
them.
I like a lot of stuff like that. You know, I saw, you know, like, you know, things like Iron Maiden back then, and
Yeah.
Judas Priest.
Yeah.
You know,
Once you start, I mean, I can tolerate some of it. Once you start getting into like the high vocals and stuff, that's when it starts to just like, all right, click it.
I'm into that. Is it too cheesy for you?
It gets a little too cheesy.
Yeah, I kind of got, well, because I was like, back then I was like a total music snob, and I kind of almost I basically shat on everything that wasn't that.
Oh,
When I was, like, a
I was
metalhead.
into a lot of different shit. I was into like rap, and like
Yeah.
like in high school, I was called. I don't know how many times I was called a wigger
Oh, man.
all the time because like I was in on like I was the dude that had with a bunch of other people that would be wearing the hoodie like with a solid tee over top of it,
Sure.
and then you'd have like and I had a gold chain that was my dad's
Yeah.
that I had.
Yeah.
So that would be hanging out a little bit.
Sure,
And I just
sure.
looked like a total fucking douchebag. But yeah.
Dude, didn't we
that
all
was
back
like,
then?
Yeah,
That
oh
was
yeah.
Yeah, we
It
grew
was
up
like
in a
who I was
bad
hanging
time
out
for
with.
fashion.
Like I was like the metal dude that hung out with a bunch of people that listen to rap and shit.
I mean, yeah, I did kind of like everything, but I was kind of, I don't know, I guess, I don't know. I got caught up in like wanting to be a metalhead, you know.
Like
it,
a
was,
scene dude?
it was about
You
wanting
wanna
to
be a
be
scene
one
kid?
of those guys, you know. Yeah, I
Like,
really
yeah,
did
dude,
as
it's
a
all
teenager.
those dudes metal.
I just wanted to be a metalhead, and
I
so
just didn't care.
yeah, that was
my
me.
problem.
But now I fucking appreciate everything, you know. That's where I'm at with the band, and you know, and the music and the things I do now. You know, I just kind of very eclectic.
Well, yeah, you said you had a like a rapper feature earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally combining the two.
Yeah, that was J Rob on that Momentum track. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, but totally, man. Like, so what do you describe? So, what do you? I don't think you ever answered what exactly you describe Brother Adams as. What
At
is
this
the
point, I would
genre?
just say psychedelic rock. We really circled back around here. Wow.
Psychedelic rock.
Yeah.
I don't.
Because it's just like a little bit all encompassing. You can kind of do,
I guess it is.
because
it is
psychedelic rock bands can
psychedelic
have-
rock, but I like
have
the
done everything
Americana
from-
roots thing. I guess from your
because we're just
first
so much
album.
because we're just so much more than
Are you
that
thinking
now.
more with your new album that you're cooking up? Too with that, or no?
No, I mean, I would say based on our last album, that's where we're at.
Okay,
You know,
the last album. What would you say your first album is? First and second.
it's like some weird. It's like because it's. Here's the thing. It's like we didn't have drums on our first album.
Okay.
But we were the chiladas got me burping.
Oh yeah.
But but we were kind of like almost a folk punky thing because we were like
Folk punk. Okay.
because,
I
but
could
not
get into that.
maybe not in like what the traditional sense that you would think of that, but there was a lot of that because it was like a really aggressive like we didn't have drums, but we were like and we were folk based, but it was so aggressive, you know, for what that is.
What did I say? What did I say earlier? Did I say it seems like it? Some of your songs would be like if you walked in like the movie set, right? There's a movie on. You're watching a movie and it's like a country type setting diner, and you walk in, something's on the jukebox,
Yeah.
like one of your songs is playing.
Yeah, we
It's like in the background, you know, like walking up, get the food, like you hear your guys' music.
I would say
Yeah.
that our records are we go often for something kind of theatrical,
Yeah.
perhaps.
Uh-huh.
So that would make sense
Yeah.
hearing what you're saying. But you know, right now I don't know. I mean,
Like it's good. Like I'm not
Here's-
saying that's like a good thing. Like,
here's the thing, like
you hear
there's
that
like
in a movie.
we have, you know, full on like brutal vocals and like really heavy parts in the Chatter record, but then there's like
Yeah.
you know stuff that's like country ish, you know, and stuff like
Well, it
that,
just
or
changes it.
folky or whatever. But then we released a couple things after that. Like I wrote this song called "The Rich Will Still Be Rich," kind of during quarantine. It's kind of my coronavirus anthem kind of song.
Yeah.
And it's just like a dumb kind of funny song about like people thinking Tom Hanks is a pedophile. That's the chorus. Is basically it basically says that some
Yeah.
folks say that Tom Hanks is a pedophile. That's the chorus. And
So,
and
do you do all the vocals for Brother Adams? You said you had
My brother sings-
co-vocals.
yeah, my
Who does the
brother-
majority?
it's not even it's you couldn't even really say that. It's really to the point where
It's just like I don't know.
back and forth between me and my brother.
What
yeah.
do you play?
I'm the bass player generally.
player
yeah.
general.
Like 99% of the time. But you know, occasionally I'll be on guitar for something or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But
You guys
yeah,
like switch it up on stage, like he'll grab the bass.
he doesn't really ever grab the bass.
What?
But occasionally I'll do like we have like solo, or like stripped down tunes and things like that or whatever.
Okay.
Not solo, but stripped down. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like because something we released since Chatter, because Chatter is kind of like our psychedelic rock concept album thing.
Okay.
And that one's like the story of our band from like the beginning to like now, basically, and like kind of like rides that roller coaster of emotion and vibes. Is kind of
Right.
that's what we were trying to do, at least. Very pretentious. We obviously think way too highly of ourselves. And so, but then we released a couple things after that, like that country thing, and then like something that was called Evangeline. That was basically like I was like, can I write something that's almost? I was trying to write something like McCartney-ish, honestly, to be totally
Yeah.
like honest about it. Like I wouldn't deny it at all. And I don't know if that's exactly what came out, but if you went into listening to it, knowing that, you could see where that could come into play, but.
You ever get like, you ever like think like, should I rein it in more on like range of music?
To be like
Per
more
album?
palatable or what?
No, to be more like centrally focused on like I guess a certain sound.
No,
Like,
actually,
Or do you like
not at
being
all.
like, or you just like the well, now we're gonna do this song, which is totally kind of way
Yeah, I
off
mean,
different.
yeah, and my solo project is like, but like a lot of Beastie Boys influence.
Oh, okay.
Like little Chili Peppers influence, things like that. There's a lot of Chili Peppers influence in Brother Adams too, actually. Which
Yeah.
maybe what people
I could see that.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe what people wouldn't see right away, but yeah, once
I could see that.
but sure, yeah, because we're a little jammy, and things like that. We're not. The thing is, we're not funky, and I'm not really a slap bass player
No,
or anything
but
like
there's
that. but
like with the drums and stuff. There's that one song where he's like, and he's doing the thing on. It's like I don't know if it was a roto or but maybe it was some other thing he's got.
sure.
I could hear like the little beat he's playing behind there.
He's a real like worldly, earthy kind of like these are maybe almost weird adjectives to describe a drummer, but he's like a real like worldly and earthy, and
Yeah.
like textural kind of drummer. Loveless, that is Matthew Loveless.
Matthew Loveless.
I call him Loveless. That's what we call him in the
Loveless.
band, but that's his last name. That's not even a nickname. It's
No.
a badass last name, dude.
Dude, the most badass last name I've ever heard of was you might know him, Jake Malicious.
Oh, okay. I don't know Jake Malicious.
You don't know? Well, he started. What you've been on Hunter's podcast, right?
Yeah,
Where is this going?
yeah. I love Hunter.
Yeah, shout out.
He was on here, right?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
I just watched I actually watched a little bit of that and the Carl one before I came in. Carl Sobel.
yeah.
I feel so much pressure when I come on a podcast that has comedians ever, because comedians are, they know how to be funny,
Right.
they know how to be entertaining.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, we have all kinds of people. I'm really excited about fucking end of September getting my first like actual paranormal investigator. Come on here. She's been doing this for like 35
yeah.
years, dude. She's like well into this shit. So I'm really excited for that. Gonna have some wrestlers come on that are into like the kind of like the amateur,
local- okay,
like
yeah,
amateur
yeah.
wrestling and type shit.
I've been kind of wanting to check that out. I've seen there's a couple. Who are they? I wish I could shout them out. I can't think of them right now. But there's a couple local comics that are involved in some of like the.
Of the wrestling?
I feel like the commentating or whatever.
Oh, commentating.
on
Oh, that would be
on
great,
the local
dude.
wrestling. I think there's a couple. Oh man, I can't think of the dude's name. But there's a couple of local comics that are kind of involved in that scene a little bit. But so I've been seeing some of that on social media and stuff, and it seems that's the one scene like I didn't even know like the comedy scene in this area existed for a long time, and I had been in the music scene for quite a while.
Right.
Honestly, even when I was in the music scene for a while, there was like parts of the music scene that I didn't know existed for a long time. I'm still discovering like new little pockets.
Oh yeah,
honestly.
there's pockets everywhere.
It blows
like,
my mind.
There's pockets of like all of a sudden you see like these other comedians. You're like, well, where are they from? And you're like, just this pocket over here. It's like, oh, okay,
Dude,
you know,
yeah, there'll be a dude that lives in your hometown that's really making moves, and you haven't heard of him for like 10 years. Like,
well, it's because
that's the kind of
everything's
shit that's
social
happening to
media
me.
based, and
Yeah.
until you get somebody on there that
It's a
knows
different world
them
for
or
that.
shares something, that's why shares are so important. People, I'll say it again.
share it.
Share it, because there
my
might
gosh,
be
yeah.
somebody on your timeline that would be interested in that you know, especially if you're just doing it like a share. Like if you're liking some page just for support and you're never going to interact with it, don't even do it at all. But if you're like, oh, I'm going to share this just to support or whatever, like that doesn't fuck anything up for your page. Like just share the son of a bitch.
It does go a long way, man. It really does.
I think shares are more important than likes and any sort of
Putting eggs
engagement.
on the table. People don't realize that.
Comments can really help just to boost your post back up because there's activity.
Yep.
So all of a sudden there's a comment on it. Like I'll notice that. Like you'll have a post and it might be like 12 hours later somebody comments and all of a sudden like you get more likes on it after a while because it's like pops up.
How are you on, say you put a post up that you expect to do well? How are you on going back and checking, refreshing and checking comments and likes? Like,
I don't like go and refresh and all that because I'll just you get the notification. I mean, quite honestly, yeah, a lot of times it's disappointing as fuck. I mean, let's be honest here.
No, I know.
Let's be honest.
Trust me, I know.
You put a fucking shit. You put the shit out. You expect, I mean, at least to something to like it or something. Yeah. But you'll see the views, and that's so you try to take that more into consideration. It's just eyes on it, not necessarily the engagement that was had, but how many people seen it. And as long as more people keep seeing it, then maybe you'll start to garner an audience that way. Just like, wow, I keep, maybe it's repeat people that keep seeing it. And they're like, oh, finally, maybe you'll have somebody on that they're interested in. Like, I didn't hear of Ultra podcast until Kill Tomorrow was on it.
Do you know that I'm not involved with Ultra
No,
anymore?
I did not know that.
Okay.
Last time we talked, I thought you were.
Yeah, I was.
You were.
I was, and it's nothing weird. I just, I'm not involved anymore. But Jeff's super dope, and it was just a thing where really I just think that, again, I just think different goals a little bit.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
just-
now you got Park Theater going.
yeah, I mean,
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It takes focus.
I might start
and
another.
attention.
I mean, I have my own YouTube channel. I don't push it that hard, and it doesn't
Right.
have that much going on with it. But I do, like the occasional like music review thing, and
Yeah.
I'll watch the music videos, or like I'll do like I've done like the Blazing Challenge, like eating some hot stuff. You know?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
that was some buffalo wing thing we did. That was pretty fun. But
L.A. Beast. You ever heard of him?
yeah, that's the dude who
He does all the food challenges on
yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about that Tabasco one? Did you see that? The Tabasco sauce?
No, I don't really follow him, but I've heard of the
Oh
dude.
my dude, you gotta watch them.
Yeah.
Holy shit. This dude fucking basically drinks a whole gallon of Tabasco sauce. It's like a big glass jar. Dude, this guy is crazy.
I don't know how meta we can get, but let's be a podcast talking about podcasts. But are you a Hot Ones fan?
That's one of those things I see all the time, but I don't watch it
Really?
all the time. No.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, yeah. Sean Evans is the host on there. He's a great, like
Is
he's impressive. He's like, yeah,
That's when they're eating the hot shit.
yeah. But he's also
talking.
a great interviewer.
Right, yeah, he's interviewing while you're eating hot ass shit.
They do a weird.
I've seen a couple, but I
They
haven't.
do a weirdly good amount of research. Like they go deep with the research, and for like how silly the show concept kind of is. in a nutshell. It's like, just like really quality interviewing. But
Yeah. Well, you got to have some substance to it.
yeah,
Keep
yeah.
people coming back.
Do you like spicy stuff, by the way?
I know. Like I do, but not. I can't. It's like I'm like a mild or like a medium salsa guy. Like if you're gonna get the salsas, I'll get medium. So that's my spicy. I'll eat like hot wings from Domino's, but I
Okay.
ain't doing the fucking flaming like extra. I do
Okay.
like hot Cheetos. Like that's just a pussy ass shit. Like I'm not doing like
Yeah.
crazy hot shit. No.
Okay. Well, because I definitely am kind of. That's some
Kinda what?
Western bullshit.
Kinda.
there.
I'm kinda.
Just kinda. But fuck. See, here I'm the kind of guy who
Well, you're drinking some
lived
spicy
in a
beer.
Yeah, I'm the kind of. That's right. I'm drinking spicy beer. I'm the kind of guy who lived in a single wide once and then moved to a double wide.
Double wide, yeah.
From a single wide to a double wide.
Yeah.
I mean, that is that's the kind of. I think you kind of
dad
see
had
it.
double
You can
wide
kind of
ones.
see it on me. I think people, when they look at me, they go, "Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's a double to single wide guy. That's a double to single wide guy."
What park did you grow up in, man?
Yeah, exactly. They immediately know how to ask me what
Yeah, what park?
states or park did you
What
live
Estates? Yeah, I know, right?
States, that
Yeah,
sounds
that's
so
what my
fancy,
dad's was.
glorifying it.
Saginaw Bay Estates that's where my dad.
Why all Charlie works? It sounds so fancy for what it is.
It's fries too.
Oh, it's
but-
like you made poor choices in life. Oh,
Dude,
I get it.
It's junky as fuck, man. Even the ones in Holland you'll drive by. Like there's one. There's one. Which one do you live in?
Logan Estates.
Where's that at?
I can't tell you because people
okay.
might run up on me.
All right.
You know what I mean? I'm
There's
out here
one.
making
What
moves.
is it? The one in Holland? It's like Windmill something. Windmill.
Actually, I'm not in Logan Estates.
I thought you were gonna say the one I was talking shit about.
I'm in Keegan Estates.
No, I ain't talking shit, but just saying they all this trailer park, bro. Like, I don't care how fancy you make it. You put like a little pond out front with a fountain.
There's something actually nice about growing up in like a really tight
Tight-knit.
together neighborhood. Honestly,
Tight
though,
knit. Yep.
there was something really cool about that. The friends you make. I mean, I'm sure there's other neighborhoods that are like that too, but
Yeah.
that doesn't have to be a trailer. But
you want to hear a funny story about a trailer park? You got one?
there's,
All right.
bro,
think
dude,
your,
I have
think
like,
your funniest one, and I'll tell you. This. All right. So my dad had, like I said, he had a double wide trailer in Saginaw Bay Estates. So we went to stay with him for pretty much like the whole summer we were there. And you get to that point to where there's like certain people like around, you get to know them, and like you kind of get, there's like, it's like all a tight knit thing, right? Well, I didn't want to go back to my mom's. Like, there's no way in hell. Like, I did not want to. I wanted to stay. I was like, no, dude, I'll like start school here. Like, fuck all this shit, right? I want to stay here. And she was she's still with him, my stepdad, Joe. But if they roll up, dude, and he's got this Harley Hummer, right? This big ass fucking Hummer. It's like, it's all like, it's got Harley Davidson shit all over. It's got like
Harley
skulls.
Hummer.
Yep, it's got like skulls for like the
man.
locks, dude. Like this dude's fucking loaded, right? He fucking comes strolling through. He strolls through the whole fucking trailer park, dude, with this fucking big ass Hummer, and like we have to like get in. Like I'm fighting, dude. I'm like, no, I'm not going with. And then we got shoved into this Hummer.
You
and,
didn't
like,
wanna
we're
go with
driving. No, dude, I didn't want to leave. I was like, fuck you. I guess it's sad, but it's funny because like he just drove through this whole, it's just a trailer park, dude. Like nobody got the money for some Harley Hummer. Like you're going to show it off. The whole, all you had to do was like when he turned in, just turned left. You would have been there. They went around the whole fucking park
You have like a.
to like show it off. Or something.
Do you like have it like a built-in like hatred for rich people like I do?
Like ultra rich. Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I can't get over it.
I guess I don't have a hate. Like, it's just like, they need to fucking just pass something where like these fuckers have to give more. Like, I can't blame you for getting that rich. How am I to blame you?
Right.
Like, there's nothing stopping you from getting that rich.
Yeah.
Even like Trump and all his fucking deals. If the loophole was there, it was there, dude. Like, you just had some great fucking people on your team to find that shit. Because I know you didn't find it. Like Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk or Trump or any of those people are loaded. Like you're not finding that. Somebody else is coming up to you and finding that shit.
Did you see that Bo Burnham special? That new Bo Burnham
No, I
special?
haven't.
He has these Bezos songs in there.
No.
Are really there's like the
Somebody said my laugh sounds like the evil Jeff Bezos laugh.
really
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
like two little Bezos. I think it's like two little Bezos songs in there, and they're one's like barely a song. Maybe they're both barely a song, if I'm not mistaken. They're just like little tiny things, but they're fucking hilarious.
What do
Little
you think
jabs.
about?
It's just like I just wonder what somebody that rich like thinks. Do they not even look at stuff like that? Do they go
Right.
like, I could just wipe you off the planet?
Probably. It'd probably be a lot easier to blow shit off when you're that loaded. Like,
Yeah.
I really don't care.
True.
I could buy my problems.
You can
away.
basically do nothing wrong. You can get away with anything.
What do you think about him going to space? Was it even space?
I think
there was like a.
It's a weird. It seems like a flex, man. Like, what's the point? Is he trying? Are we really gonna get off this planet at some point?
Again, dude, you're that loaded. You have your own space company. Like, fuck yeah, I'm going.
Well, I just feel like there's so many better things out. You know,
What better things are there to do
I hate
than
to
go
be
to
like the
space?
bleeding heart dude, but it's like, dude, like, and poverty or something.
End poverty with his money that he spent to go to space. How much did he spend to go to space?
I don't know. I know
Can
I'm.
you see if that's out there?
I know I'm
Jesse? Can you
speaking
see
very hyperbolically.
how much did
but
Jeff Bezos spend to go to space?
I'm just saying he has money to make some radical change. On
That's what I'm saying. They need to pass something to where these fucks have to fucking pitch in more.
at the same
Like right
yeah.
now, they're not required to. So why stop? Yeah, you could be a good person and just be like, I donate this amount to whatever. But what fucking charity are you gonna pick?
And I hate,
$5.5 billion to be in space for 4 minutes.
5.5 billion to leave space.
5.5 million.
4 minutes.
This is cited from globalcitizen.org.
Came right up.
Holy shit.
Oh, look at, and it's a cool. It's an article about exactly what we're talking about. Here are 7
Yeah.
things that money could help solve.
Oh, yeah. Go to the article.
This one?
Yeah, I think it's that one. Holy
This
shit.
is what I'm speaking to, and
Okay,
I don't,
yeah,
I'm not.
let's see.
Here, I'm
Let's
not.
see.
I'm not really the dude to get into deep conversations about this kind of
Right,
stuff.
right. Yeah,
but-
no, let's see. Let's see what they think. Global Citizen thinks.
Right, yeah, Global Citizen definitely has it down. What are they telling it? Okay.
Okay.
You could save 30, according to this, well, who knows if this is true, but says you could save 37.5 million people from starving.
To commit. Oh.
Fully fund COVAX, securing vaccines for 2 billion people in,
In
low-income countries. Are we going to talk about COVID?
Fully fund humanitarian efforts in Nigeria. Fully fund the International Fund for Architectural Development. All right, what's 5, 6, and 7?
That's too many words for me. I'm dumb.
We got to finish it. Fully fund education cannot wait. What?
That
Help countries adapt to climate change and plant up to 5 billion trees.
well, yeah.
So that's like, what
Nothing
is
wrong
that?
with
That's
that.
almost
I
$1
could
a
definitely
tree.
find that.
But about $1 a tree then, 75 cents a tree.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Holy shit.
Huh.
Well, fuck COVID.
Yeah,
You want to know what happened?
clearly.
You want to know what happened? Okay. All right. You want to know what happened today to me at work?
I do. Why haven't?
You want to know what happened last night? All right. Are you vaccinated?
I'm vaccinated.
I'm not vaccinated.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I just smoked 2 joints with you. You know what's terrible? You know what's terrible? You just hit your head with the mic, but you
Hit
want to
my
also
head
know
with the
what's,
mic.
you know what's also terrible?
Yeah. What's up?
Is I could have just got COVID from you. You know? Okay. Thank you. You know that. No, what happened to me today at work is so last night,
I'm being
Joe
pumped.
Biden came out and said that if you work in a nursing home, you're going to be required to get vaccinated. So
There's a lot of
that
starting
means
to happen.
my wife is she says she's not taking the vaccine, so she's gonna probably be without a job. So some shit came across her ADP, so they're gonna have like a little, some sort of like meeting today, kind of go over some shit of what might happen. So I went into work. I said, hey, to my boss, who's like, he's not like my boss, but he's basically kind of my boss, kind of like a supervisor type deal. So I said, hey, I'm going to have to take a half day because I don't know if you've seen the news or what happened, because he knows my whole situation. And I said, so not with the vaccine or anything, but with where my wife works. I said, this is what's happening. He said, why, are you against the vaccine? I said, no, I have not received my vaccination yet. And he goes, well, that's why we got to wear these stupid fucking masks, because unvaccinated fucks like you. Yeah.
And I don't think that behavior is necessary.
That's the behavior that I'm talking about.
Right.
That I just basically was just thrown right into my actual face today, because nobody experiences anything face to face nowadays.
This is what
That's what was just thrown right in my face, and what I've been talking about today, to which I had to go tell my other boss about, to which he came and tried to lie and say, I never said that. What are you talking about? I said, yes, you did. Fuck you. I'm leaving. So I left and took more vacation today, and then I put in for more vacation tomorrow, because I don't even know if I want to go back. Because if that's the way I'm going to be motherfucking treated now, fuck that. Like, you basically, like, just showed your true colors. I don't care if it was a fucking kind of, if he wants to even say it was a joke, but the thing about it is, he came in and lied and said he never said it. If he would have came in and said, dude, I know what I said, I'm sorry, I didn't, I like you, whatever, that's different. You want to come in and lie? Fuck you.
Yeah, I mean,
That shit's fucked up. That's the way shit's getting. When it's online like that, it's only a matter of time before it spills into just in-person interactions everywhere.
yeah. What I will say, it's hard for me because I'm not the guy to look for the answers, man. I stick,
No,
not to like
not me.
right. What I'll simply say is, to that kind of thing, like that kind of tone is not the way to affect change. You know what I'm saying? So if
It's not going to get you what you want.
yeah, if somebody wants to get what they want, that's not the way to go about it.
No.
That's clearly, the case. So, but as far as like, it's very hard for me to have strong opinions on things that I don't know a lot about. So, and that's kind of where I try to stay. Is,
Yeah.
If you want a groovy fucking bass line, come to me. But, if you want to have a fun open mic night where everyone feels like included, like, come to me. But, when it comes to like what's going on with all this stuff, I would just go. If it's something I don't know about, I just go to the vast majority of people who do know about that thing.
Right.
Take their opinion and ride with it. So what else could I do?
See, you plan on having any more kids? No. That's our concern. Our biggest concern is, what about infertility or possible effects that this could have on kids? Whether it's you pregnant now or not. We don't know. Nobody knows. That's our biggest thing. Second of all, it's a totally different type of vaccine that hasn't really been given out before. This RN whatever. Again, I only know so much. I don't try to delve too far.
It's 100% unprecedented situation, and some people are definitely kind of pretending that's not the case.
Right. That's what's so annoying.
That's a little
it's like,
bit.
why
of
can't you just
extremism.
have understanding? Like, I don't care what you do. You want to get a vaccine, that's fine. But
Yeah.
it should also be fine for other people to wait, because it's brand new. Other people just want to wait and see what, like, I don't know, like, why didn't, it's not been out that long.
What I will say is empathy is key in affecting change, and some people don't realize that either. You know what I mean? It's not. and then also a lot of other people are fucking arrogant as fuck.
Right.
So
And like I've always said too, like, you know, if a business is gonna say, you know, only vaccinated, well, whatever, you know, I know what I'm getting into. I know what I'm getting into, and until I'm ready, then that's the way it'll be. Then I just won't be able to go there. Whatever.
Sure,
I don't
sure.
do a lot anyways, so besides like, you know, go to a show every once in a while or fucking
Yeah.
you know. But I'm also just, you know, with shows and stuff and not testing everybody is a big thing for me too, because you should be testing everybody and not just non-vaccinated people. You should be testing everybody.
man, yeah.
I don't think that's, I think that's inarguable to me. I think it's an inarguable thing to not test everybody. Dave Chappelle's been doing it for fucking ever.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
been doing it through the whole, like the pandemic and shit. You just test everybody. All his shows coming up in Detroit, everybody's got to go get a COVID test.
Yeah, I heard about that.
You just, everybody get one. And then you all know for sure nobody's got COVID.
Right.
Well, not for sure, because those rapid tests are like, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I know for a Soul Asylum show at the intersection, it's going to be, what is it? Negative test or vax only.
Or vax. So if you got your vax card, you don't got to test.
I don't know if that's officially. Yeah, I guess not. I don't. That's all I really heard on it.
And you know what I also think is fucked up?
I just found out about this.
Not the vaccinated individuals don't have to like test for COVID. They're not required to go get COVID tests or to quarantine. Like at Hope College, their rules are like you don't have to test for COVID or quarantine for close contact unless you're showing symptoms. If you're vaccinated.
Oh, okay.
What the fuck? That's here in Holland. Why is that okay?
There's definitely some inconsistencies. That's inarguable.
That's inarguable. That's
Yeah.
that's all I'm saying. Just
That's
be
inarguable.
consistent. Just be consistent, people. Just be consistent. If you want to test everybody, that's fine with me. If I want to go see Metallica again and I gotta get a negative COVID test before, then that's what I'm gonna have to fucking do until the shit's over with.
Right.
But at least I know when I'm there, okay, everybody doesn't have COVID. Cool.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
that's your deal. And eventually, you know, I mean, hopefully the shit would just get cheaper. Because, you know, you're going to have to pay for it. It's not going to be covered by Live Nation or something for you to get your COVID test. or maybe it's included in your ticket price.
Man, I heard something about some place doing shots on the way in. I forget what it was, but some event or
Vaccinations on the way in? You're not even fully vaccinated until 2 weeks after.
I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong, but I swear to God,
so
this is
dumb.
a thing.
So dumb.
I swear, I'm not religious. I'm not saying I swear to God, so it means nothing. But I swear to God.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I just think there's a mass amount of hypocrisy that's not being called out and it's being ignored on both sides. Like people even say my freedoms and or like HIPAA and you know, and my amendment rights.
Right.
Well, you know, in the amendment rights, it actually says arbitrarily, which means at random, which is a loophole for the government to say this is not a random act. You will know going in beforehand that you have to show your vaccination card. So they will use that as a way around that amendment, but people want to ignore the fact of what the actual definition of arbitrarily is, which is what a court of law will say. Is a random event.
Well, that's. Oh wow.
See, and I'm on that side of you shouldn't do that, but you have to look at everything. That's why I looked it up. I looked up the amendment and what it said. And I said arbitrarily. What the fuck does that actually mean? Look up the definition. It means at random.
Right.
So they can't come up to you on the street and say, "We need your vaccination card."
Sure.
But if you're about to go into a place of business that is requiring beforehand that you need to show your vaccination card, I would say that's probably not random, and you know going in beforehand that's what you have to do. So it will happen. That's why it's happening right now. Woo! Yeah, it's fucking slippery slope whichever way you go.
I know.
But nobody's willing to realize, you know, their own shit or go against their own narrative.
I just. it's so hard for me to say anything because I think so many people should also feel like it's so hard for them to say anything, and not because you shouldn't be able to have an opinion, but also because, but just because so many people don't know shit. It's so funny. It's so funny when I see people saying, "Go do your own research," and I'm like, "Don't." Like, why are you don't know shit about doing research?
Right?
That's not what you do.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a plumber, I'll listen to you on plumbing.
That's why if I'm gonna go get articles for my shit, I just pick what everybody likes to see. So like I made a post one time and I cited all three. It was like Holland Sentinel and then a CNN article and then a CDC article.
Oh, I
It's like,
love citations.
This is what you want to fucking see. CDC, this is what you want to see. CNN, this is what you want to see. Holland Sentinel is a local paper. This is what you want to see.
Sure.
You know, like,
Yeah.
it's just all fucked up. I fucking hate even getting on it. That's what I said. It's getting to the point now.
It's so hard not to spiral into it at some point.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's just like this. Why now it's getting into the workplace. It's getting everywhere. It's just like, I don't see the when it was all started, it was we were all told that you will not be required to get one. Mr. Joe Biden said it.
So far, not the case.
No, definitely not the
People
case.
kind of acting like it, though, to be fair, too. But there's some pressure.
It's your choice. Well, you don't have to take it.
It is. I mean,
But you're fucking requiring it. So, it's slippery.
yeah, it's tough. It's really fucking tough, man.
All I can say is I hope that shows can still continue to happen because
I'm really
the way
curious.
it's headed right now, I don't know.
I think the governor does not have, like, she can't pull off what she's pulled off last year.
Yeah.
The less power with their. I think it would have to. It doesn't have to be like I'm like, oh my god, I shouldn't even be talking about this 'cause I'm the last guy, but isn't it like the health department now that really has to make the calls on like shutdowns for
Yeah,
restaurants,
but
things
now
like
they
this?
passed it on to counties. So now like counties, that's what I was told at work. So now like counties are making their own decisions and counties are being elevated to high or medium risk levels and all that shit.
I know I'm seeing that. It's not
Just
the best.
fuck
I'm
COVID.
seeing tours being canceled. 9 Inch Nails, I think, just drop some shit.
So when is your show at Elevation, right?
Bro, this is definitely on my mind.
When is it?
I'm like trying
What's
to
the
pretend
date?
like it's September 8th.
September 8th. I think you're still good. So I think September 8th is going to be right on the brink of when shit's about to go haywire because people aren't quite sick yet. It's still warm. September 8th. It's not going to be until like end of September, October. That's when shit's going to hit the fucking fan. That's just my prediction.
I'm curious. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what kind of regulations will come from like the actual powers that be, or if it'll be more private. Restaurants and venues and whatever businesses making their own. I'm curious how much of it will be that way this time.
I'm curious to see the fallout of the nursing homes because of how many fucking people in these nursing homes and shit that don't want to get the vaccine and decide to walk out. And then everybody's like, what? I told my wife, she was wondering, I said, if there was, let's just say there's 50% of your staff there that didn't want the vaccine, I would say 25% of them are going to go get it because they're going to freak out. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do for money.
Sure.
But you're going to have 25% of your staff, I would say, that's probably just still going to walk out. But I don't know, man. We should probably wrap this up. Fuck COVID.
You gotta get off something dark. Holy shit.
Fuck COVID. Well, what is that your show, only show booked?
No, so we're actually gonna be. This probably won't be out for a little while, right? So
No, this will be out next week.
So by the time this comes out, we'll have done a show at Willow
Okay.
Ranch. Willow Ranch is a really cool place. It's where we shot our Plastic Apples music video.
Okay.
And we're doing this thing called Michigan Full Moon Festival there this weekend, but that'll
Nice.
be once this comes out. So
Yes.
then I think right after this comes out, I'm thinking we'll be at, I think it's like the 27th or the 28th.
Okay. 7's probably
And that's
Saturday.
That's at Hastings Live. That's what it is.
Okay.
And it's like, you know, one of those play for the community kind of things, you know, an outdoor
Cool.
stage. So that'd be pretty cool.
Like a band shell type thing outside.
Exactly.
Yep.
And we're playing for like an hour, you know, so.
That's cool. Hell
Yeah, so that'd be fun. I like doing stuff like that every now and then, and I have kids, so I love that there's always,
Right.
like, you know, it's
They
kind
can
of very
come.
family friendly there, and
Yeah.
and you know, occasionally I want to just be
Run
be able
around.
to say, you know, fuck on stage, but sometimes you know, it's fun to just like get some kids dancing and
Yeah.
and do that thing, you know. I got multiple sides.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Well, dude, it was really fun having you on. Everybody needs to go check out every Tuesday
Tuesday.
at Park Theater open mic night, or live at the Park Theater, as I'd like to call it. But
You know what? We'll keep talking.
we'll keep talking. But it was great having you on.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me in.